Great to be back. It is great to be back. Gogo Poe here already. He says Sony sadness. Yes, sir. We're gonna talk about it, Gogo Poe. But Sega man, before we get started, man, introduce yourself.
Hey man, it's great to be back with Unlimited Productions. My brother, man, with this fire podcast with the Unlimited Truth. What's up, Google Poll? First up on deck. Yeah,
Yep.
man. Hey, I see what my brother Unlimited got up on the screen, man. Sony reportedly cutting around 250 jobs, man. So are
Yeah,
we gonna
yeah.
have the same energy when we do this tonight, Unlimited, the podcast? Are they gonna have the same energy like they had for Xbox when they cut jobs? And let things go. We'll have to see. We'll have to see
Yeah.
if they'll make videos about it. But brother, I highly doubt it. But it's your boy Sega Man 101. You know what I mean? Glad to be here with my brother Unlimited, and we're gonna talk games and rock out on the Unlimited Truth, man. Thank you,
Yeah,
Unlimited.
man. Yeah,
For fighting.
funny enough, it's hey, what's up, Shizno Elite? Funny enough, man, it's actually been pretty quiet for Xbox lately, you
Yeah.
know. But this month on Game Pass, we do have three big games hitting Game Pass day one.
Mm-hmm.
They all look fantastic. So Tool Man, what's up, Tool Man?
Tool Man
Um,
in the house. What's up, brother?
yeah, but
Shizno.
yeah, so even though in the news front things are quiet on Xbox, on the games front that's never the case. You know, on Xbox, there's always something to play, and Game Pass is stacked once again. I don't know how they do it there at Microsoft, but but uh, but yeah, man, it's and look at this. I just saw this just now. PlayStation Stars outage surpassed Sony's 2011 PSN disaster. So it seems
Wow.
like there's an outage going on PlayStation Online right now.
For real?
PlayStation Stars outage has stretched into July 2024, exceeding the time it took Sony to fix the PlayStation Network in its infamous 2011 outage.
Wow, bro.
So yeah, we gotta stop calling it PlayStation, man. It's just the hold on. I'll answer that in a second. It's just no. But second, man, we gotta stop calling it the PlayStation. We gotta call it the disaster station at this point because that thing's a damn disaster. Did you see? I'm not reading about this whole PlayStation outage and Sony cutting jobs again, and their games aren't selling. That what's that game that just came out recently? It only sold 1 million copies, and everybody's pretending that's a big sale. Meanwhile, when Hi-Fi Rush did 3 million, everybody was saying that's a flop.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yeah. Stellar Blade, that's it, man.
Yeah, Stellar Blade. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that sells under a million, But so I'm not even sure where to start now because, so I guess I'll start with this, man. How do you think people are going to react to Sony cutting jobs again? Because the thing is, I was out they're blaming it on the lack of physical media sales, and all this other stuff. So I guess they might be shutting down the physical department for games or something as well. Who knows? Sega man, who knows with this company? I just know that it's all bad news. You know what I'm saying? That's all
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Well, brother, I don't think Unlimited. I don't think because we're used to this.
Hmm.
Uh, Shout out to the chat. They're used to this. They're not gonna talk about it. I mean, they're not the ones that are supposed to be, the Sony the Sony ponies and stuff like that. If they do talk about it, Unlimited, if they do make a podcast or videos about it, it's just going to be damage control, and they're going to make it
Hmm.
feel make people that like I guess Sony are on that hype train for Sony feel better about the job cuts. They're just going to be damage controlling this news about Sony laying off or cutting 250 jobs, brother. It's not going to That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to have
Yeah.
an excuse for every reason up under the sun to explain why Sony is cutting around 250 jobs, man. You'll see. I mean, that's just the way it is. We're so used to it,
Hmm.
Unlimited. If it's Xbox is dead. It's a disaster. Xbox is
Hmm.
dead. Yeah, it's gone. Because look, when they heard about the thing about Amazon, oh, Xbox is dead. Yeah, Xbox is dead. We're Amazon. Yeah, Xbox is dead. So I wonder what if they're going to keep that same energy what you have up on the screen here with them reportedly cutting around 250 jobs unlimited. We'll
Yeah.
see, man. We'll
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, Sega man. Here, hey Tuck, thank you for joining us. Let's Tuck Master.
Hey, folks, how you doing? I'll be right back.
All right, Yeah, but hey, Sega man, this is what's so crazy though. Just like you said, man, a couple months ago, Xbox was dead. Phil
Yeah,
Spencer don't know what he's doing. Everybody at Microsoft is a joke. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
here we are with Sony, and from the exact same people, they're not even reporting it. You know what I'm saying? They're
yeah.
not even reporting it to even put it out there. So that's what I'm trying to make sense of, Sega man.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah, where's you know what I'm saying?
Where's all that same energy? Where's all that
Yeah.
same energy? I mean, because when you heard about the Amazon thing that they're doing, and Microsoft and Xbox going, oh yeah, they're definitely getting out of the game. Yeah, they're dead. Yeah, they're
Hmm.
going with Amazon. Yeah, they're definitely dead. Yeah, they're going away. But now that we got this news about your beloved Sony, I mean, what are they going to say about that? And I guarantee you, you'll see them making all kind of damn damage controlling videos about why this is happening and trying to be sincere about it. But when it's Xbox, it's game over. They're dead. It's not worth getting an Xbox now and all stuff like the same stuff. Rinse and repeat, brother.
Yeah.
Unlimited, over and over, bro.
It really is. It really is. And obviously, it sucks when people lose their jobs.
Of course, yeah,
None of us are out here celebrating no fucking job
right,
losses. Uh, we're just trying to ask a simple question, man.
yeah.
And what's crazy is that they're apparently blaming streaming services like Game Pass for why this is happening.
They're blaming Game Pass.
Streaming services. They said streaming. They didn't say Game Pass specifically. They said streaming services. But you know what streaming service they're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know. Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's one of the things where they said it without saying it.
yeah. The only thing Sony got to do is blame themselves because
Yes.
it's all these years of greed. It's all these years of making remake after remake after remake after remake and charging you the same old $70 price. There's a lot of things that Sony could have did to make their video game
Hmm.
sector better, and they didn't. They tried to copy and paste what Microsoft did, and it's failing with PlayStation Spartacus and different things that they're doing. It's failing, bro. It's just
Yeah.
they'll never catch up. I mean, it was said a long time ago that with Game Pass, they're just never going to catch up, man. They could
Right.
try to do all what they can with their little, like that 3-tier thing they have. That's stupid and ridiculous. I mean,
Mhm.
it's just nothing just to get more money out of you. That's all it is. People are
Yeah.
getting tired of goddamn remakes. How many remakes are you going to make and put a coat of paint on and still try to charge the same 70 goddamn dollars? That's crazy, bro. I would never do that. Once I have one game, that's it. I don't need 5-6 remakes.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And that's why I said that the PlayStation 5 has been the worst PlayStation ever, because that's all it is remakes, remasters, and sequels to established IPs. And then when they do have something new, nobody buys it.
Right.
Returnal 500,000, Stellar Blade little over a million. It's like Stellar Blade sold to less than 2% of the console owners apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about the casual market. Oh, that game looks awesome. We're going to talk about the casual market later, because I think there's a discussion to be made with them. But
Yeah.
let me chat real quick. Shizno Elite asked us, is anyone else excited about the Dead Rising remaster? What do you think about that, Sega man?
Did Rising?
Yeah, it's good or done remaster.
Huh. Well, I'll tell you what, Shizno. It all depends. I mean, if it's at a good price, I might consider
Mm-hmm.
buying it because I did
Yeah.
like the Dead Rising series. I own them all on 360. I own
Mm-hmm.
the ones that are also on Xbox One. I have them all. But yeah, we'll have to see, Shizno. I mean, if it's really good and maybe they add more stuff to it, content or whatever,
Yeah.
might be a buy. I'd have to see, and it has to be at the price point. Got to be good though. It can't
Right.
be $70. Because if it is, I'm not going to buy it. I would.
Yeah,
Well,
that's too much for a remaster.
right. I'll wait for a sale unlimited. I'm not going to buy nothing that's $60, $70.
Yeah.
That's a remake, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I'm
we'll
with you
see.
there. I'm with you there. For me, it's going to be a pass. I already own another remaster they did last generation for it. Because I got all 4 Dead Rising games on the X, and they're on the
Yes.
Xbox One version of it.
Yes.
So I don't need to buy it again when I already own it. And as great as the game is, I don't buy the same stuff over and over personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to, after I got my fill with something, I move on to another game I own, and so that's going to be a pass for me personally, only because I already got the Xbox One remastered, and I don't know how many times you got to remaster the same games, man. Like
Right.
that's going to be the second remaster for it. Great game. I just don't. That's just a pass for me.
Yeah. Like I said, Unlimited. I mean, if it comes out and it's a high price, then no. If it's a sell, they have a really good sell on it.
Hmm.
A few months after being out of something, I might consider buying it. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if I will, but I have to see it, see gameplay, see what it looks like, judge it
Mhm.
for myself, and I might invest in it. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. The only time I really buy remasters are when I don't already own a version of it, or if it's so super old game or something.
Yeah,
Those are the only two situations I really buy remasters.
I
It's just
think
no.
I
Yeah,
think
go ahead.
I think the main thing before we talk about Cisno Elite's comment, I think the main thing Unlimited when they make these remakes, I think the
Mhm.
main thing that why they don't sell right away is that price point.
Yeah, yeah,
At
yeah,
the price point, it'll sell. If it's like
yeah,
$60
man.
Unlimited, it's not going to sell. It's a
Uh,
remake.
I am 100% agreeing with you. If it's like 40, 50, okay, I could live with that. Hell, look at the 20th anniversary of Beyond 2's, I mean Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah,
That's
twenty
20 bucks.
dollars.
20 perfect. Perfect.
That's perfect. If they made all the remakes $20 unlimited, I think they would sell enough
Yeah.
where they can make not a remake, but make like a part
Hmm.
6 or whatever, part 5 to keep the genre going. If they
Yeah,
could just put
one
it at
hundred
twenty
percent.
dollars, it's like
So the Dead Rising remaster should be no more than 40 in my opinion.
yeah,
Anything above that, I'll tell you to pass. Wait for a discount because
yeah,
that's too much for a 15-year-old game.
yeah.
But just no. Lee also says Sony stars have been out for a while, but I thought they were killing it anyway. Yeah, they are, but it's still messed up that they've got this outage here, and apparently PSN was down altogether. Recently too. But that's what you get. It's funny. People like Tim. There's somebody I've recently found on YouTube. What's his YouTube channel name, man? Let me find it real quick.
Who?
He's pretty entertaining Xbox guy. Small channel though.
Who?
His channel's called Electric Bandit. No, I'm sorry, Electron Bandit. And he makes Xbox videos. He's funny.
Yeah.
He calls him Tim Puppy.
Oh,
Right?
really?
So I'm gonna start saying that too, Tim Puppy. Like this is what people like Tim Puppy jump shit for, man. And it's
Yeah.
just always funny how they were so pissed at Xbox, but somehow are putting up with this nonsense from Sony. I just think that's funny.
It is funny. It's comical. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. Yeah, so check out Electron Bandit, man. He small channel, yeah, but he makes really entertaining Xbox
I'll have to
related
check it out.
videos. Yeah, and really, and he seems like a really cool dude, man. If I could ever interact with him outside the comments, that'd be awesome. He seems like a legit guy. Toolman said, I just bought me a Seagate 2 terabyte expansion card from GameStop yesterday. I'm ready for all these games. Hey, that's what's up, man. Was that thing on sale? 'Cause I know that bad boy was like $400 at one
Yeah,
point.
that thing was that's expensive.
Yeah, so I'm almost guaranteeing Toolman bought it on sale. There's no way he paid that much for the two.
Yeah, that's
I'd be
yeah.
yeah, I'd be a betting man on that. Hey, what's up, Box? He says saw a few channels talk about Xbox plus Sega. If unless something's official, I ain't gonna talk about it, Box, because I don't do rumors, man. We ain't in the rumor business on this channel. Only because Sega, man. A lot of people when it comes to rumors, they treat them as fact, and then when they end up being wrong, they never admit that they lied to their audience.
Right.
And I ain't trying to lie to
Yeah,
you
true.
guys.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't trying to lie to nobody over rumors. So if anything happens between Xbox and Sega, yo, we'll be the first to break it news for you guys, man. It's all because that'd be wonderful. You know what I'm saying? Listen, at this point, man, go ahead and buy everything Xbox because Sony's got this stupid strategy. I mean, and they've had this strategy for a long time, but this generation is like driving people crazy.
Yeah.
Paying for games temporarily off Xbox, and it's not working because the PlayStation fans are not buying these timed exclusives.
Mhm.
Right, Tug? Final Fantasy did underwhelming numbers. Stellar Blade didn't do good numbers. Rise of the Ronin didn't do good numbers. You know what I'm saying? So like, Tuck, man, what PlayStation exclusive sold this year?
None.
Yeah,
Not a damn one of them. But they go around here talking about, what's the name of that damn game? I call it what's that damn game that came out? I call it with the Oriental chick. I call it Stella. I call it Stella Blade.
Stellar Blade.
I don't call it Stella Blade. I call it Stella Blade.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because that's a damn shame. That game been out for how long? What, 3 months now?
I think 1 month. No, it's fairly recent, so probably 1 or 2
It
months.
might be 2 months now, and they only made $1 million.
Yeah.
But they satisfied with that. I'm like, y'all got 61 million consoles out there, but y'all satisfied with just a game making over 1 million.
Yeah, that's what they claim, man. 60. That's what they claim. It now took 61 million.
Yeah, but you know what?
boy.
But you know what? With them laying off that many people from Sony, you know what? That's gonna hurt game. That's gonna hurt GameStop too. Because a lot of their games do physical media. But let's be honest. Physical media is dead in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might get your specials and all that stuff with some good download content and with some good stuff, but man, they cutting the fat, man. Sony just can't do it no more, man. This is gonna hurt their business big time. They already said it's gonna hurt their business. I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen because with them losing this many people on their physical front, you know that's gonna hurt them in the long run when they come down to making video games. Now, especially since all those other games have failed. Like I told this one guy at work, he could read, and I told him, I said, you think about all them games that failed this year for Sony. They made them exclusive games for a reason, and they did not sell.
Yeah.
And he's still like, well, you know what? You tell them the truth of it. I said, just think about it. They supposed to come out with all those games next year. Just like you said, Ultimate, watch and see. They're gonna have a hard time getting them games out next year too. Watch. Because you gotta have money to make money. And the thing about it is that they ain't having it right now. I mean, they come out, they VR and flop. They're gonna start.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
Start production on that. So that's not making them no money. The Portal, we ain't even hearing nothing about the Portal now.
Yeah.
Haven't heard anything about that.
Hey Tucker, if you don't mind, let me add context to PS Portal. This is how they try to scam it. They're adding combining Portal numbers with PS5 numbers as sales. But continue.
Yeah.
And you know one thing else too. Think about it, Ultimate and Sega Man. And I turned and did this on the Instagram post the other day. Watch and see. Sony's the Hellblade 2. Like I said, they screwed over the wrong people.
You mean Helldivers? Hellblade is Xbox.
I mean, I'm talking about Helldivers 2. I'm sorry, Helldivers 2. Like I said, when they pull that crap with the people over there, pull that crap over the people with the PC overseas, 177 countries.
Yeah. And
you had to get their money back. And you don't think those developers are not mad because of that bull crap? Are they mad? Because what they gonna do with download content? How they gonna make download content with all the countries not playing the game? You screwed them over. And one thing we know, and Steam people are mad too because because they like the game. But like you said, man, like you said, Ultimate, Sony want to put all them damn numbers together so they can make these numbers look good, and we know their numbers are not looking good. I mean, we know that. I mean, and they know it too. But that's what they want to do. But all they had to do was leave that game alone. That's all they had to do. But no, Sony didn't want to do it.
Yeah, and just give it DLC updates every few months.
Right.
And I'm glad to see what the developer came out and said. He came out and said, "Hey, don't blame it on us.
Yeah.
You blame that on Sony. That's Sony's decision, not ours. We told them to leave it alone."
Mm-hmm. And funny enough, Tuck, that's the second time this generation one of their own studios called out Sony themselves.
Yeah. I mean, it don't make no sense, man.
Yeah, none at all.
But you know, if Microsoft would have done that, they would have been all on Microsoft.
Oh yeah. They be watching every little move Microsoft made.
Oh,
I saw a really unhinged article that I want to talk about soon about Mike. It was pretty much pocket watching Phil Spencer, man.
Oh,
It was insanity, but that's for another time. But back to the chat, man. What's up, Grim Reaper? Let's see who else had joined since then, man. Coco Fiend, the homie Coco Fiend as well, and Faded Blade. Yeah. But he said, "What's up, Grim Reaper, the Living Death, man? We good, man." Coco Fiend, the homie said, "What's up, Unlimited panel in chat." Shizno Elite says, "Stellar Blade is a really good game. I wish it had stayed multi-plat. It would have helped the studio, not just Sony." Yeah. If it would have went multi-plat, it probably would have been on Game Pass by now, really.
Oh yeah.
Which would have been cool, you know, because it looks like it's a cool, maybe a hack and slash game. It looks like so. There's an audience for it, but you know, they took the Sony money. They're learning. You know, a lot of these developers who are doing these deals with Sony are learning that gamers, especially PlayStation 5 gamers, are just not buying games like that. Just generation, especially this generation. The attachment rate on PlayStation 5 is pretty pathetic, man, and it should be concerning. I don't know why it's not concerning to anybody that every single all their, especially their third party stuff, every single one has the same story. They don't meet sales expectations, right? And then their one first party game, Helldivers, was only a success on PC, and that lost 90% of their players base. I don't know. Just tells me that you know, maybe with gamers, Tuck and Sega, man, the shine is gone with Sony. But Shizno Elite said, last gen, when Sony copy and paste everything, they were top of the world. You can only do that so long. It's biting them now. Perfectly put, Shizno Elite. And Sega man just got PS4, and before the show, he was telling me, man, this console is boring. Right? Are you there, Sega man?
I'm here.
Okay, yeah. Because before the show, man, Sega man was saying, look, I got a PS5 for $25. This damn thing is boring. You know, and that's the consequences of making the same. Like Sony really only even with their third party stuff, it's still third person action adventure games, and that's it. You know, and people are tired of it, and that's the beauty of Game Pass, because on Game Pass we get 3 games day one, and all 3 of them are different.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's just the day one stuff. Not counting the other games we getting come to Game Pass this month.
Yeah, I tell you what, that and you were right, Unlimited. I mean, I got the PS4 now, but dude, it's not like I said, I only paid $25 with trade slips, but I mean, it's boring. Like the interface of the front of it looks like it's the same what the PS3 looked like, you know, with the blue background. I know you can add different stuff and all that, but it's okay. It's not worth the price, in my opinion. For some of the prices they have for it now. The only reason why I got it is because there's a lot of OG shoot 'em ups and different beat 'em ups that my brother Hebot was telling me about that will never see the light of day on any other system, and that's the only reason why I got it. I did not get it for their exclusive,
right?
Or anything like that. I got it for that, you know.
Oh, for the beat 'em ups and stuff,
and the shmups and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
shoot 'em ups. My bad.
The ones that'll never come out or see the light of day on Xbox. That's the only reason why I got it. Now I might, like, I go to the library, I can rent out Spider-Man right now. If I want, I can go get Miles Morales out of the library for free,
right,
and have it for a week. or whatever and try it out. But that's the only way I'll try their games like that. But I didn't buy it for their exclusives like God of War and Last of Us and all that crap and stuff like that. I didn't buy it for that. I'm vice versa. I didn't buy it for it's their exclusives.
Yeah.
And it's sitting here right now, honestly, collecting dust. I'm, not being mean. I got a couple games on it, like shoot 'em ups and stuff, but that's it. Unlimited. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, when I got my PS5 for free, and man, and this is why I be trying to tell people, Sega, man, I wanted to like the thing because my brother gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not accepting something just to trash it. But my goodness, then you play these boring games, and it's like, and then the good stuff is the stuff that the PlayStation fans didn't buy, so those studios are dead. And it's I don't get it, man. I just don't get the love that they get. Shizdon Elite said Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is coming this year too. I'm excited for it, but hope it's not too expensive. Yeah, same here. Again, it's a remastered, so it matters the price. I think Shizno, the game's gonna be $40, and the only reason why I say that is because Limited Run is doing a physical edition for $50, and usually, if I'm not mistaken, Limited Run charges a little more than the digital version. I think. So feel free to correct me. So my gut is going to be $40, maybe $50, but I put money on Lollipop Chainsaw being $40. Which, if it's $40, pick it up because that's a great game. And the physical 360 version, guys, for some reason, is a little pricey. Yeah, man. Remakes and remasters should never be full price. Yup, like Sega Man was saying earlier. Can't disagree there. Expansion card was $250. Okay, there you go. It's not $400 anymore. That's right. Yeah, because I remember when that thing first came out, that 2 terabyte one was crazy expensive. Only company Sony should blame is themselves. Yup. Yeah, Sony exclusives aren't selling like they did last gen. Probably because most people are still on PlayStation 4. That's a great point, Shizno Elite. So Sega Man and Tuck. I don't know if y'all aware that Sony said themselves half of the PlayStation player base are still on PlayStation 4, not on PS5.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, what do y'all think about that? Y'all think Shizno got a point, man? That's why nothing sells on there because nobody actually has a damn console.
I'm loving it. I love every single minute of it. I mean, but you know what? Let me ask y'all this.
Yeah, what's up? Looks like Tuck muted himself, so he'll ask whatever when he comes back.
I'm talking about that, fellas. Oh. I mean, the only thing I don't get about these Sony fans is that they want to put so much glaze on the PlayStation 5 is that why y'all still playing for PS4? I mean, and another thing too, what I don't get is either. They think that this, since Xbox will come out with this $600 terabyte, 2 terabyte system, that it's not going to sell.
Nah, okay? that thing gonna be sold out and hard to find. I guarantee it, because it's a limited time only.
But I want you to listen to this. This one fool told me today that when the PS5 Pro come out, it's gonna be $500. I said, man, please. I said, who are you kidding? I said the PS5 right now is $500. So what makes you think the PS5 Pro gonna be that much? That's gonna be just the same price? I said, you done lost your damn mind. I said that system is gonna be $650 or more. At least I think. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, that's if it comes out. I don't think it's gonna come out, y'all.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's gonna come out. No. Because I mean, they already speculate that they're already gonna have a low cut this December, for the system. I mean, but like I said, but like we said, they're not making no money, man. They're not making any kind of money at all on nothing. I mean, they losing money. They can't stand it. Microsoft keep on making these moves, and if they ever get what I'm hearing today about Sega and about the GeForce, hey, that's a plus. That's a plus. I mean, if they ever get it, I mean, I'm not gonna say. I mean, but I'm like you. There's no system that's even talking about it because we don't even know it's gonna be there yet. But if it does come, oh, we'll talk about it. But I think Sony's really in trouble. I think it really, really is in trouble. I mean, I don't see no way around it. I mean, you see these Sony fans say that they gonna talk about a game. They always talking about Stellar Fake Blade. No, I mean Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade. How good it is. But why haven't anybody bought it? Why haven't anybody bought it? Y'all talk about the damn game so highly, but you haven't bought the damn game.
Yeah, casuals. We're going to talk about the casuals later. That's going to be our next topic. But
right.
There's an issue right now, even more so. And Hebot did bring up a good point in the chat earlier. And by the way, Hebot just joined us. Hebot, man, what's up? Hey, Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer. You there?
Probably getting his mic set up.
Yeah, probably. Coco, well, I'm going to read off some chats. And Coco Fiend, man, homie Coco Fiend said, whenever Helldivers 2 come to Xbox, watch how it picks back up, guaranteed. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, hey, yeah, we can hear you now, Sega, man.
What's up, Bubble?
Hey, man, just seeing what's up. Yo, so Sega, man, I just saw this literally right now. Guys, by the way, this is an impromptu stream, guys. I literally just threw this one together like 30 minutes before we went live. So forgive me for being a little unorganized here. But apparently Sega, hold on here. Thank you for the super chat from Adidas. He said, "Welcome to the Xbox 360 era too." Yep, Xbox is dominating, man. But I just saw this today. Sega's new Crazy Taxi reboot will be an open world MMO. I don't know about that, Sega. I just want to play an arcade like thing. I don't know why they're making an open world, especially an MMO.
That's weird.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Probably because. Oh, I'm sorry. You asked.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let Sega Man go first. Let Sega Man go first. Go.
No. It's my show. You go first.
No, what I'm saying is,
putting you on the spot.
It's probably because to create like the competing against people about who can pick up as much passengers quick enough to make the most money.
Yeah.
In that sense, it makes sense.
Are you there, Hebot?
I'm here.
Okay.
In that sense, I think it'll work. But I also heard that what they're doing is they're also doing a linear one with like story style with level base also.
Yeah, because when you hear Crazy Taxi, to me, I don't want to do no online MMO bullshit. And no offense to those who like MMOs, I just don't think that doesn't really sound appealing to me. To me, it's going back to the classic arcade style. As crazy as a racer it was. So
yeah.
So this could be if this reboot being an open world MMO. Maybe as you said, the way you explained it made a lot of sense, though.
Okay. If you're competing with people like me, you, Sega Man, and Tuck competing, who can pick up the most passengers, would make the most money, and the most drop off certain locations between the time limit. In that sense, it could probably make sense. Now, as far as an MMO,
that could be fun.
Right. But as far as an MMO, like an RPG structure, I don't know how that would even work. I don't think it would work. I don't know how they would put that into play unless they're trying to say that, if you compete online, whoever gets the money the highest and do certain challenges the quickest gets more attributes to soup up your car, get a better taxi, get better parts, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work that way, but I heard that this is just a portion of that they're doing, but it's also going to be in the traditional arcade style as well. That's what they were saying. But this
Well,
article seems to just be focusing on the MMO open world part. So I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, it's here and there. Right now, it's he said, because Sega is the one that really doesn't talk,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But they also said they were like doing financially. They lost money.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping this will garner that partnership or acquisition from Microsoft even sooner, because they really need to do something before they end up going to the wayside.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's my thought on it, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Erock X Man, thank you for joining us today. I just threw this one together, Erock, so it's a bit more unorganized than usual. But how are you?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
What's up, brother?
Oh man, we're all good, man. We're all good. Glad you could join us on this Monday afternoon, especially when I just threw it together, man.
I know, man. You know, y'all guys, man. You know, shit is wild when Sega Forever threw out a link at 4 o'clock in the morning one morning. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on, man? Yo, let a nigga know when y'all throwing y'all podcast together, but it's all good.
Yeah, yeah. Usually I give y'all a heads up, but
Oh
Well,
yeah, like
Sega,
days.
I had
you
some
know,
free time
Sega forever
today.
is the Hawaiian time, so it was probably like maybe like 12 in the afternoon for him, even though for us it was a different time. You know what I mean?
Man, I'll be getting the links like 7 hours into the podcast and happened. Like, damn, what the fuck these guys doing? So what's going on? What's going on this week? I see this news here, man. Sega's new Crazy Taxi reboot will be an open world MMO. I mean, I wish them luck with that, but like,
Yeah.
sometimes, man, something is like the original Crazy Taxi was a tight, contained game. Like, I
Hmm.
wish them luck with it if the developers could pull that shit off. But I mean, we'll see. What the fuck do I know? I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
it's a bit more ambitious than I would have liked.
yeah,
It-
Crazy Taxi 1 worked. It worked for a reason.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Crazy Taxi, the other ones were pretty good. Hell, the spin-off ones were good. Simpsons even had a really good Crazy Taxi spin-off game.
yeah,
I remember
yeah,
liking as a
yeah,
kid. So it's a working for the reason. And look, me, I'm not the nostalgia guy, but this one I think would work better in my, at least in my. Now this is just assuming a lot. First of all, so everything I'm saying, the way he would explain it is probably what they're going to do is just going to have online features, and maybe I'm reading too much into it based off what this article was saying. But to me, a game like this, Erock, it works best as a look. We're going to give you pretty much just give us what we asked for, the Return to Crazy Taxi. You know what I'm saying? But just do it modern. With modern controls so that it feels good on modern hardware, basically, right? And work from there. Hell, if it was the classic version E-Rock and it just had online, you could hit me up one day or he hit me up to join them in Crazy Taxi. That would have been awesome. But this open
yeah.
world MMO sounds like it's a little more ambitious than I think. Then I think a game like this, because Crazy Taxi is kind of a silly game, really, and
Yeah.
it's more of an arcadey game.
Well,
No,
that was Sega's formula, and that's why the Dreamcast is so loved because except for
Mhm.
Shenmue, their whole vibe was arcade and fun. Every game they
Yep.
came out with, even
Yep.
later on with Sega's version of Sega Baseball and Sega Tennis, everything was like their version of Sega Tennis is better than these tennis
oh,
games that are out now.
Yeah.
virtual tennis, amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Virtual
yeah,
tennis just played
fun.
well,
Yep.
and I
Hmm.
think these developers they really just they're missing the mark by making these games too fucking complicated.
Mhm.
And you and I both are on the same page about nostalgia. But I mean, I just want to get this out real quick because I haven't been on a podcast in a while. I
Yeah.
think now I've had plenty of time to think about this whole nostalgia thing, unlimited production, and I think that nostalgia can be worked to great effect because there was something about those Sega Dreamcast games, and there's something about games that came out during the Xbox 360 era and the previous generations. Now, I'm not one of these guys just sitting out here banging the drum saying modern gaming sucks. All those dudes can go eat a bag of dicks. Modern gaming sucks to them because of the shit they play.
We're
But
gonna talk about that soon.
I will say this. I will say this. There's something to be said about nostalgia and why people are wanting a return of Crazy Taxi as it was, or Space Channel 5, or for Namco to get their shit together and give us a Namco collection, right? With Soul Blade and Tekken 2, Tekken 3. And I think Namco, dude, that's an easy fucking layup. That's an easy fucking layup. You know, if Other Zinc was here, you know, he plays basketball. It's an easy fucking layup, man. That's a shot that you're not supposed to miss, right? Warner Brothers games, they will not fucking, for some reason, give us Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 in a collection. They won't give it to us. I don't fucking understand it. The only reason why a lot of us got that goofy ass Amstrad arcade was because it had Mortal Kombat. And what did Warner Brothers do? They did a Warner Brothers move and took it the fuck off of there, right?
Yeah.
I know some people may not feel any kind of way about Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, but Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 is two of the greatest fighting games of all fucking time.
Yep.
I see nothing but videos of motherfuckers playing this shit and asking for a return of Mortal Kombat. We haven't had Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 in the collection in 10 years. They won't give us Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection back. You can only play if you got the Xbox 360. These got Warner Brothers. You're missing an easy layup. So this Crazy Taxi, this should be, and this Jet Set Radio, this should be an easy layup if Sega don't fuck it up and make it too overcomplicated. Because there's just, I don't know, guys.
That was the magic of Sega, E-Rock. To add to what you're saying, I know what angle you're trying to say. The whole thing that made the Sega games so appealing, right, was that they made them short to the point, but the most important aspect of the games was that somehow found a way to make the formula based on the topic of the game, whether it was Crazy Taxi with an ambient, with a cab, with a cab, right?
Okay, or with Sega bass fishing, but it was fun,
right? Or like the other one, which I'm gonna put a video soon on my channel, with the emergency call, where you basically were in the ambulance.
Oh yeah.
An accident happened. Yeah. You picked up the people and you tried to take them to the hospital before they flatlined.
Awesome,
right?
Yes.
Just the concept was simplistic, but the gameplay was the most important thing that they concentrated on. That's why they made them so epic and fun. And that's what's missing with a lot of games now. That they have complexity, but they don't have the fun idea, factor, or approach with how the structure of the gameplay plays out in most cases. Not all, but most. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't want to get off subject because I don't know how my dude formatted his show, but like something's again. I'm not hopping on this bandwagon with these guys because all of these guys are charlatans, bullshit artists, and they don't fucking game like me right now. Like you guys, I got multiple games going on at once. I'm even right now. I'm playing BioShock 1 Remastered. Because I haven't played that game in over a decade, and it has not aged. It is just as good now as it was when I played it fucking back in 2007. I'm also playing Gears of War Ultimate Edition. I never played that before. How does that motherfucking game still? How is that fucking game still good? Like I just don't know what it is versus And I'm gonna get killed for this. What the fuck was that? Damn, the game that just came out with the girl, man. Here's the voices.
Hellblade 2.
Senua Saga, right?
Yeah.
An incredible fucking leap in fucking technology, right? But something was just missing. This is just me. We don't have to agree. Something was just fucking missing. It was a good game, a technical benchmark. It's the reason why we bought these $500 fucking consoles with 12 teraflops and all of this shit, and a great fucking representation of what Unreal Engine 5 can do, something was just missing. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I don't know why for me, Assassin's Creed Odyssey just fucking worked from that first mission. When you was on the islands in Kefalonia and you had to kill this dude called Cyclops, something just fucking worked. I don't know why something didn't. I just don't know what's going on with these games. I don't know whether it's too much technology over just these simple concepts that fucking Sega Bash Fishing, Crazy Taxi, and Mortal Kombat. I own Mortal Kombat 1. I think it's a great fighting game. Something is missing from that game. I don't care that you put fucking Peacemaker in there and Omni-Man and fucking Homelander. I don't give a fuck about that. What's disturbing is that Shaolin versus Wu-Tang 2, which is a real game. I didn't just make that up. If you don't know, guys, if you're into fighting games, get Shaolin versus Wu-Tang or Shaolin versus Wu-Tang 2. It's a love letter to all of those old kung fu movies from 1970s or 80s. It's better than fucking Mortal Kombat. Just take my fucking word for it. No robots, no mystical powers. It tapped into what Mortal Kombat was. How are these fucking AAA publishers missing what gaming was? And that's all I'm saying. I just want to end this long-winded tirade because I find myself more and more booting up all my old shit. I still play the new shit, but I find myself booting up all my old games because if something's wrong with modern AAA gaming, and I'm not hopping on the bandwagon with these fucking dudes talking all this shit about modern gaming sucks, because it doesn't. I think modern gaming is amazing. But I will say that the motherfuckers that made BioShock and Crazy Taxi and fucking Shaolin versus Wu-Tang and Mortal Kombat 2, they knew something. They tapped into something that just wasn't there in Senua's Saga, or they just not there in fucking Spider-Man 2. I don't know what the fuck it is, Unlimited Production, but something is missing from these new games. Maybe it's just me, man, but somebody just said we need more AAA games. Do we?
No,
because that's
sarcastic. That's sarcastic.
Well, okay, but that's just me for not seeing the sarcasm. But something is missing from these fucking games, man. Shinzo Elite said gaming is as good as you want it to be. That's true. There's more variety out there than ever. But there's a lot of stuff out there. But all I'm saying is that something's missing, man. Like that shit that came out, fucking Alan Wake 2. I have had no interest to play Alan Wake 2. I keep hearing about how it's so great and it's amazing and the graphics is. I could give a shit less about fucking. I find myself looking more to some of these smaller games that are coming out now. But that's just me, guys. I'm just noticing that maybe it's my taste in gaming is changing, but like something's wrong with modern AAA gaming where we pushed the envelope in graphics so far that we forgot what made Crazy Taxi work. That's all. I just want to tie it all in together with seeing this Crazy Taxi reboot up here, and I'm hoping there's not too many cooks in the kitchen. I'm done.
Yeah. Great points there, Sega man. Great points there, E-Rock. Absolutely on point there. And yeah, I'm with you there. I'm one of them people. I love all these modern games. Play so much stuff. Love everything from big and small games. And for me, what works, what don't, and I don't complicate it more than that. And with the crazy, yeah.
Before we go forward, I did want to answer something you asked Tut.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Before our brother E-Rock and Hebot came in, I don't understand why. Because remember when Tuck said he don't think that PS5 Pro will come out. Mm-hmm. What I don't understand why is when you said earlier that there's still a lot of people still on PS4. Why the fuck would they bring out a PS5 Pro right now? When a lot of
the reason why they're saying that, even though Sony has still not confirmed that, but the reason why is because now is when they're actually going into.
E-Rock, take over. I got to step their way for 5 minutes.
I got you.
Now is when they're actually going into the real next generation style games, right?
Yeah.
Meaning they're going to use and access Unreal Engine 5, right? They're going to utilize, the other techniques and technologies that they use for like a demo, or like, for the Matrix demo. Remember?
Yeah.
So the PS5 was built still. It was like basically a little bit over the PS4. It wasn't really a full blown, because it's not RDNA 2. It's not. It's only 9 teraflops. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's only 9.5 teraflops, right? It's not. It doesn't have enough memory storage, right?
Right.
And what else? It doesn't have, like Dolby Atmos surround.
Right.
Doesn't have Dolby Vision HDR.
So they're trying to play catch up with Xbox.
So now, because they had sales with the PS5, now they're trying to modify it to get it to on par with Xbox Series X, because now is when the actual games, as we saw with Hellblade, are going to start to show. You're going to need that RDNA 2. You're going to need the usage of that FFSR technology that creates a lot more foliage and uses less CPU and GPU storage, or it alleviates the CPU and the GPU, and you use those type of applications and technologies. The PS5 didn't have it, so they got to do it because they need to extend the generation on their end to last longer. If not, their games are really going to start to show. Because if you see now, when the Xbox stuff come out, if it's Unreal Engine 5, it's going to be far superior than the Series S in every way, as far as performance, frame rate, resolution. Even if they use, things like ray tracing, for example, it's going to be more taxing on the PS5 because, again, it's not 12 teraflops, doesn't have a lot of memory. It doesn't support Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 12 Ultra. It doesn't support, it doesn't have 12 teraflops. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So they have to update it in order to continue to extend the life cycle of this generation. Because remember, technically, this generation's only been 2 years and a half, because the first 2 years of COVID fucked everything up. It put everything in a halt and it put everything into a stop. So even though it feels like it's going on 4 years because we've had the console, they haven't been tapped into. Now is when they're starting to tap into it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And a lot of the games have been cross-gen for the most part, even though on Xbox that hasn't been the case, because Microsoft stopped production of the Xbox One like a year in after the console came out, if you guys remember, But with PlayStation, that's not the case. All their games are still able to play on PS4, and that was deliberate because 50% of their audience is still on PS4.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But they want to say that Xbox Series S is holding the game.
Right. But that's the point. That's the problem when they say that, Iraq, because the Xbox Series S can scale down as far as resolution, as far as texture quality, as far as frame rate, because the Series S does support RDNA 2.
All that shit you say support. Yeah,
right. The Series S does support Dolby Atmos surround, does support DirectX 12. It does support Dolby Vision HDR. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's still more capable, technology-wise, than PS5.
You can find.
That's why you can run Hellblade on the Series S. That's why you can run Flight Simulator on the Series S. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And that's why I argue with people all the time. Yes, the PlayStation 5 might have better resolution and frame rate, but it's not going to be able to handle the actual games that can run on Unreal Engine 5, or that can actually that use FFSR2. I forget what it's called. FFSR2. That's what's called. It's a tongue twister. Those things are supported only on the Xbox Series consoles, and that was said by Gabe Knoll right in the beginning. By many developers, many people said that, and then people were getting mad. Oh, they're just trying to downplay it. You're crazy. The PS5 is more capable than the Series X. No, it's not. It's just they haven't tapped into it yet because they haven't really started using real next-gen technology. You know what I mean?
You see it every time Digital Foundry do one of their comparison videos.
Right,
every time. They always show how the Xbox Series X version is running better or running faster, and then they move on to the next topic because they don't want to stay on that shit for too long.
Right. Or if it first runs better on the PS4 due to them prioritizing the PS5 version because it's the leading platform, once they go back and patch it up, it always runs better on the Xbox Series X. But nobody will talk about it because Digital Foundry, even though they'll do those videos to show the difference, they won't go back and talk about it because they know it's going to hurt their argument of, you see, it's better on the Xbox, on the PS5. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing. You know, and like what Iraq was talking about Hellblade, for example. I know what you mean with Hellblade, is that Hellblade, just like the first one, had a very simplified hack and slash gameplay mechanic, because the game is more about her emotions. And then the second one, what they did was, if you notice, the second one is more about, it's more like a horror survivor with action. You get what I'm saying? So it's not in the but it's not in the traditional sense as like a Ninja Blade with the hack and slash elements, is what I'm saying. It concentrates more on the horror aspect. So I know what you mean, that it feels like it was missing something, but it's because they changed this. The first one, I think, was more hack and slash, if that makes any sense, than the actual second one. The second one's more of a horror, more psychological thriller with the hack and slash action element. You know what I mean? Because, for example, in the first game, you were able to kick and you were able to do some other dynamic moves with the D-pad.
Yeah,
in this one,
was a lot faster than that first one. Yeah.
Right. In this one, they made it more simple, but more realistic. Because if you notice, like when she's fighting, like when she fights heavy guys, like when she fights strong, heavy dudes, you see that she can't even keep up with them because they're strong. Like she'll get outnumbered. Like you see her fatiguing, you see her kind of gasping for air, and she can't really move. And it's because they're really, overpowering her, if you notice. But because she knows how to fight with the sword, that's why you're able to counterattack and then kill them and stuff like that, and do the berserk mode with that charm that she has. But I know what you're saying. That's why they did it though. That's what they changed on it. With that element. But that's why they did it though. But I know what you're saying, Iraq. But that's why Sega Man. That's the reason why they're doing that for the Pro. They have to. They need to keep it. So now that they sold, let's say the quote unquote 60 million PS5s, now they can upgrade it and make it to par with the Series X, so that they can keep releasing those games and there won't be as much disparity, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's really what's going on. But again, that's why because everybody was like, oh, why Microsoft announced all these new consoles coming out in the fall and yet they didn't do no upgrade? Because Microsoft doesn't need to upgrade. They have a lower tier console for the which is considered for the people who are more casual, that are just trying to get in an entry point to play next generation games, but not necessarily care about having it in 4K at 60 FPS or 140 FPS or 120. They just want to play the new games, right? And then you have the Series X for the hardcore that, we can get those 120 frames with VRR, right? Which variable refresh rates. And then we can also get the 4K 30 or 4K 60, depending on how demanding the game is. That's why. But once the FSSR comes to play, we'll be able to see games in 4K with 60 on the Series X, even with, like, let's say HDR, Dolby Vision HDR, and maybe even possibly ray tracing, because that's going to alleviate all the demands and commands that you would use the GPU and the CPU for, to, like, let's say, add more NPCs, more.
Hey, we already got that, man. People just
high
don't want
fidelity
to talk
textures
about it.
and shit like that. But that's why. That's the reason why. So basically,
we already got that Hebob with Forza Motorsport. People just don't want to talk about it. That's all.
Oh yeah, I know we got it, but I'm saying
to see that.
what I'm saying is that's why they're doing that. Microsoft don't need to do another console.
No, they don't.
They don't need to do that.
They will later on, but not today. Hey, real quick, I only got a couple minutes. I'm gonna get out of here.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sneaking on the phone. But hey, I saw the caption of your system here, Unlimited, and it's enough firepower to carry the show and talk shit. I'm just here to talk shit. Where the fuck is everybody at? Where are all these YouTubers? Fuck you, Microsoft. Sony laying off 250 people. These jokers, their internet is collapsing again. No one is saying
Mm-hmm.
anything. What
They
the
were
fuck
shut
is
down today.
everybody? And then here you have Post Up, and I got into it the other day. He
Oh,
thought
I
I
saw
called him
that.
to
Shit was
court.
funny.
Hey, to hear the thing is, I don't say shit. The council called his ass in. And then they say, hey, Zink, you got to be there for this shit. And Post Up think people going to back down. And then they threw this internet bullshit out. You remember Hebot and E-Rock, how they used to say, oh, but we're talking about Xbox. This is the Xbox channel. No, that's code for we
Yeah. I
going to
heard it. I
sing.
heard
That's code for we're gonna single out one motherfucker,
it.
make this shit one dimensional, and dog this guy that's giving us every fucking thing. Here, figuratively and literally, Microsoft is carrying the gaming industry.
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't show the fuck up. Sony doesn't show up. The same thing
Yeah,
is
yeah.
about to happen at Gamescom. And all what pissed me off is how all of these people talk shit about Microsoft off and on all year. Now they buddy with Sarah Bond, Phil Spencer, and Matt Booty at E3 when Sony and Nintendo aren't there. These people ain't shit. Hey man, I gotta get out of here before my mother tell me to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
out here
true.
and cut my
Boy,
switch
Zink,
and get a beat down.
yo,
What's up?
Zink.
Yes.
Before you leave, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Zink is the undisputed champion of the world when he went up against Post Up. Post Up, I was in there, man. Post Up, man. That dude is.
Oh, he was saying so many things. I wanted to get in there. Oh, I wanted to get in there with Zink.
Hey,
I
Hebot,
was
and I know
When did
what you
this
were
happen?
saying. This happened, I think Wednesday, and and I
Saturday.
pulled a. Hey, check it out.
Saturday.
No, it wasn't Saturday.
Saturday.
It was Wednesday or Thursday. But hey, listen, I pulled an
I
E-Rock.
was. It
And
wasn't.
hey,
Wasn't the weekend?
hey, check it out. I pulled an E-Rock. E-Rock said, "Hey, you got to give your mother something to do." So I gave her something she wasn't supposed to have. I bought her a pizza that gave me a lot of time, bro, and that's the only reason I was able to get on there. But anyway, man, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'll listen to y'all later, man, before my mother stumble outside for some odd reason. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, brother.
Oh
Yep.
man, love when Zink does his drive-bys, man. I had to steal his gimmick a couple weeks ago when I was driving around and jumped on the Sega Forever show.
Yeah. I told you. It
Yeah.
rubbed off. Rubbed off. That's a good thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had to steal your thing, man. But let's get back to it. Sounds like there was a great discussion going on. Unfortunately, I had to step away.
Well, Brother Unlimited, I just asked Hebot the question about the PlayStation 5 Pro because, like he said, yes, they're going to need it, but what people are not talking about that Hebot just talked about, there's all these PlayStations coming out, so they're the ones that are honestly holding gaming back because there's still a lot of people that are on PS4s that haven't even graduated.
Yeah, but they won't say that. That's the problem. They act like they don't know that.
Right.
If all your games are cross-gen, right, and you don't have not one legitimate game that's actually next-gen only, for the exception of the remaster of Demon's Souls, and we know that's not a next-gen only. You know they did that deliberately to give the illusion that it was a next-gen game.
Right.
That game could literally run on the PS4 with no issues, maybe with smaller frame rate. That's it, right, and lower resolution. But they did it to give the illusion of, oh yeah, we already have, next gen only game. But then they went and every single game, including God of War, which is their big behemoth, and Last of Us, right, or whatever the fuck it was, the other one, they're all cross gen. So how can you run God of War but you can't run Demon's Souls? That doesn't have nowhere near the technological advancements of God of War.
Yeah.
Right. So how does that work? I mean,
well, it's simple. They lied.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They really started this generation saying we believe in generations only, and now our games were cross-gen, and people still fell for it. It's
Zink.
hilarious.
Zink. Unlimited. To add to what you just said too. Do you remember when Medium came out? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That it was exclusive and it was an actual real next generation game. And they're like, but it's only 900 or it's only like 1440p. And I was like, yeah, because the developer said themselves, they're running two engines at the same time, the dark side and the normal world side. And they couldn't do it on last generation consoles. That's why it only came on the Series S. And then later they did the version for PS5 and PS4 rather. I mean, PS5, which runs like shit. It runs horrible, right? Because you can't play it on the PS4. It runs horribly. And no one talked about it. They tried to brush it under the table. It runs like shit. And they were like, oh, that's a lie. That's not a next-gen game. I was like, dude, Why would the developer lie about something like that if that's not in their favor to lie? If, especially with a new IP that they want to make sure that it sells, why do they make such a fabricated lie, knowing that that can hurt sales and knowing that can hurt the game?
These people have been lied so much they can't tell the truth from the lies anymore.
Right.
That's what it boils down to, man. Toolman said, Coast Eatwood said Halo 7 using Unreal Engine 5 revealed title of his podcast. Yeah, he does the clickbait bullshit. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't critical thinkers in the sense that when they see these clickbait headlines, a lot of people, they just fall for it for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know how. But when they see that stuff, they legitimately click. And that's how he gets his views. And then even when they click and realize he's lying and don't actually talk about Halo 7 or
how is Cole Eastwood going to know about Halo 7 before Microsoft has said anything?
Yeah.
I would love to know.
Yeah,
the biggest flagship title. You think they're going to give it to Cole Eastwood to let everybody know?
Yeah, there are so many grifters in this gaming world.
It's unbelievable.
It's insane, man. But
listen, let me ask you a quick question. What the hell is your title about? That Sony's blaming streaming service for layoffs. What the fuck is that all about?
They had, thank you. Yeah, we talked about this so long ago. I was ready to move on. Where's that link, man? I had the link up earlier, but basically the paraphrase, what happened was Sony laid off 250 people, right? And one of the reasons why they said was streaming services. And so it was one of them situations where a streaming service, they're not fucking talking about Netflix when they say streaming services cause the lack of physical sales. They mean Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all it was. It was me being tongue in cheek from what Sony was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't actual Sony saying that shit. It was somebody.
It was Sony saying, hold on, I'm looking for the link again to post it on. Screen.
No, because I was about to say, how the fuck you gonna blame a streaming service if y'all don't even have one like Game Pass?
That's because
Microsoft fault that you laying on people.
Yeah, hold on, I'm about to get it again, man.
Like they be bugging, boy.
Yeah. No, it was one of them tongue in cheek things, man.
Well, it's
basically a little bit of a clickbait, but in a nice way, in an honest way. You're not clickbaiting to bring up lies. You're clickbaiting to try to be funny.
I literally had the link up at the start of the show, and I was going through it with
Sega. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. That's why
no. It's my fault. I clicked off of it because I thought we moved on from it. But yeah, we're at our end, so let's move on to the next topic anyway. And with this, I thought that, and what what Erox said earlier might give more insight into this, but there's a real trend going on right now in gaming that bugs me a bit, and I've noticed that for some reason, somehow, and I don't understand it, man. And hopefully having a panel here could give the insight of something I don't completely understand. How the most played games, all of them except for one, are old IPs, damn near a decade old, right?
Right.
2, Madden, Rainbow Six Siege, 2K, Grand Theft fucking Auto, 11-year-old game, Call of Duty and Fortnite, right? And Minecraft is like 13 years old. And these games are still the top played, most sold. And so my theory has always been, when people say that modern gaming sucks and there's nothing to play, I'm at the point where, unlike E-Rock, who I know plays a bunch of games, and so when he speaks his mind on something, on the game not clicking with him, it's valid. I'm like, I got to see your resume at this point, because if these are the games you're playing that you see on screen, no wonder why gaming sucks. Because you've been playing Call of Duty since like 2004, you've been playing Fortnite since 2018, you've been playing GTA 5 since 2013, you've been playing 2K since like 2001. You know what I'm saying? Like at some point, do gamers not get bored? And so I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing the lack of other games really flourishing, right? And where in 2023, for example, do y'all know in 2023, Starfield was the only game that released last year that made an impact sales-wide top 10? That was the one game that released last year was big enough to penetrate the gaming audience. So I want to have this discussion, as well as and then I got some further insight with this article, right? this article was really good. It broke down a lot.
Yes.
3.6 billion individuals worldwide
No, wait
engage
a
in
second.
video games.
Oh, no, wait a second.
90% of 89.5, let's say 90% of video game
Give
sales are
it to-
digital. Here's what's crazy. 90 billion mobile game downloads, right? And then by 2025 they estimate that hold on. Oh, 130 billion in revenue by 2025 from the mobile gaming and stuff. So my thing is like, and I'm gonna start with Sega, man. So Sega, man, do you think that we've reached a point where maybe the problem with gaming is that casuals aren't buying? They don't seem to be interested in anything other than what they've been playing this last game. According to every metric I'm seeing, can you add insight maybe that I'm missing, that I don't see on why in 2024 all the biggest games, all the most played games are old IPs?
Man, maybe it goes back to where who wants to play old games?
It seems like everybody.
I mean, look at brother E-Rock right now, enjoying some fantastic old school games like BioShock.
Mm-hmm.
BioShock, like he said, still stands the test of time when it comes to a graphical powerhouse. It was a graphical powerhouse on the 360. It did look phenomenal on there, and it even looks better now on the next gen consoles. He's also playing Gears of War, Ultimate. You know what I mean? Which looks really good. And that's the only remake I would ever buy that I do own that was worth buying because it added stuff to it. But
yeah,
he's playing these older games like the BioShocks and different things like that. Nostalgia is still here, and it's not gone anywhere. And I think when me and Hebot talked about this in a podcast, I think was on the Unlimited Truth, or it might have been on Exile a long time ago, is that nostalgia just it's just never not going to go away. It's not going to be obsolete. It's always going to be there. You're always going to go back someday and play those games again. I just don't see it ever going away. I mean, if you look at the games that are made today by indie developers, right, fellas? A lot of these games, they're made with nostalgia graphics, and like it has a nostalgia robust like feeling to it. Like this one called Run and Jump Guy. It's kind of like Mario Brothers, the first Mario Brothers. Mm-hmm. Like you see a lot of these 8-bit, 16-bit games that are still being made today, and they're actually doing very, very, very well. So nostalgia still stands the test of time. You know what I mean when it comes to gaming, and I don't know, man. I think it's just a different turning point right now in gaming. Yes, we do want the everybody wants the lights, camera, action games and the blockbuster big AAAs, but it's not all about that. And everybody that's on this panel right now is not like that. And even in the chat, we play a lot of indie games that are nostalgia looking. We really do. There's a lot of games that we still play today that are new for this new millennium of gaming, but still has that nostalgia look and feel. You know what I mean with it. And the older games, I mean, they stand the test of time, guys, and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, Sega, man. Okay, I can acknowledge that. Yeah, the older games stand the test of time. There's something about nostalgia that just clicks with people. But what is it about the casuals specifically where they're not even willing to give new games a chance? And how's gaming? When Phil Spencer earlier this year said that there is no growth, I now see what he's talking about, because when the same games that are still popular damn near a decade later, yeah, I could see how there's no growth. And like what can gaming do to change that? Because we got a subscription service that's more accessible than ever. We got a whole bunch of games. We get people ask for new IPs. Xbox, literally, their lineup this whole generation is nothing but either new IPs or IPs we haven't seen in decades, right? So you got that. You get new IPs. You get different art styles. You get different genres. Like what can modern gaming even do to win people over? That somehow, like GTA have this weird stranglehold on so many people. What can any other game do?
Unlimited. I think there's a lot of elements to that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might feel a little how can I say this? It's not exactly how I feel, but if you watch other, it's somewhat of how I feel. But if you
Yeah.
watch other people's videos, there's different things that they're doing in video games now, newer video games that they don't want in their games. You know, different things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be a way of creativity that they're making the new games. Sometimes some of these new games, they kind of maybe remind people of like older games that they play. Like maybe there's nothing new creativity in it, new creativity in it.
Mhm.
Before I get tongue tied there, and I think the big stigma, guys, honestly, that's going on about the games right now is politics plays a lot now in gaming, which we never really wanted. We never really wanted politics in our gaming, and it's kind of ruining gaming right now. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that feel certain ways about certain things that they don't want to see in a video game, and they have every right to feel that way. There's certain kind of companies that are trying to change everything the way gaming is. They're trying to change it, and they try to change it all the time, and they want to implement all that in every single game that we get. So that might be turning people off from new games that are coming out. That could be one of the reasons why. I don't have a problem with people wanting to implement different things in there, but don't do it to where it's overrunning my cup of every game that I play. I don't like that. You know what I mean? I understand what they're trying to do. I don't have a problem with it, you know, but it's really playing a big part now, guys, in gaming, politics, different things with that's going on in gaming right now. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't really want to say, but
No, dog. This is an adults only podcast. Say it, man. Say it. We don't censor. We don't censor to protect. Censor because you might not like what you say. Say what
yeah,
you got to say,
I
my
don't
friend.
want. So I want to say to everybody in the chat, uh, this is just my opinion. So please don't feel offended because I'm not like that. But a lot of people are seeing a lot of woke different things in their games that they don't want in the game. You know, they don't want that in their games all the time. Now, if you had it once in a while and in gaming, that's okay, that's fine. But it seems like a lot of games want that all the time with Rainbow Bright and different things in the game. Everything you play on has to be, a certain way and have it in gaming all the time. And it's really causing a big rift right now in gaming. With what is that place called? What are they called? QDP or whatever the hell they're called, or something like that.
Sweet Baby Inc.
QDPs or whatever, something like that.
Sega baby changing niggas' birth certificates.
I don't know, man. Sweet Huckles, Honey Buckles, or something. But they want all this stuff in there, and it's really making people upset. It's making people mad because they think that it's being forced down their throat, which it is. They don't want things forced down their throat. If you're going to try to do that, it's a turn off, and they're not going to support and buy those games. You know what I mean? They're going to just say, you know what? If you're going to try to, force this down my throat, then I'm not going to support the game. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to play it. I'm just not going to do it because you're trying to shove this down my throat, and this is something I don't want. It makes me feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the reasons, Unlimited, that people might not be really too much into newer games and different things. Like same thing when you guys know this. Same thing with movies. Same thing with comic books. Same thing with stuff that we grew up watching and that we like today. They try to shove this stuff down your throat. They change the movies. They change the entertainment where they try to shove it all down your throat. And now they got gaming into it. Now gaming's into it, and they throw in politics in it. Some people don't like, for instance, they don't like the new. This might actually, people that don't think for themselves and they watch videos. Okay, some of the time that's the reason why they won't support games either. Like for instance, there's a lot of people that don't like the new Assassin's Creed because it's a black character, the black ninja.
Well, do you think that? Do you think having the black samurai? Do you think that's Sweet Baby Inc. DEI shit?
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't
because I'm gonna be real. Because anytime there's a black person or a woman or something, that's usually the go-to. So
Yes.
so with a lot of people, I can't differentiate who's genuine and who's not when it comes
Well,
to
let me
such criticism.
ask you, Unlimited, and everybody on the panel, E-Rock, Hebot, and Tuckmaster, if he's still there. Now, I'm going to tell you what I feel real quick.
Yeah.
I don't really see a problem, honestly. I understand where some people are coming from of the tradition of a samurai. Listen, I do. I get it. But I don't honestly see a problem with a black samurai guy being in the game. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a black American. I don't see that, right? But I mean, a lot of people were shooken up by that and think that shouldn't be. But I would really like to know your opinion, E-Rock and Unlimited, because you guys are big supporters of Assassin's Creed games and stuff like that. So what do you guys really think? Do you think it's wrong for there to be a samurai, or do you think people are just being ignorant about it? Or I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, the Assassin's Creed series is a franchise. Since the first game is loosely based on actual history, so them having a black samurai in there is based on actual history. There was a black samurai. You can Google this shit. I forgot his name, Yasuke or some shit.
Yasuke.
Very good. I knew Unlimited Production was up.
Well,
there was a black samurai. So this fits into, and I can't wait for Assassin's Creed Shadows. By the way, I'm fucking buying that shit like fucking ASAP. And I usually don't pre-order this far out, but I'm getting this shit like ASAP. Yeah, I understand exactly what Sega Man is saying. What Sega Man is saying in his own roundabout way is that I have noticed it too, Sega Man. I want to back up everything you just said about why these folks aren't trying new stuff, and it correlates to this fucking list here. I've found that modern gamers, Unlimited Production, are very risk averse, and what that means is they don't want to try. They don't want to pay to try new things. We can look at this list right here. If you could remove the comments for just 1 second, I want to get a full look at this list.
Yeah.
This list.
If you need to.
Yeah.
This list here: Call of Duty, Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft, Grand Theft Auto 5 Remaster, NBA 2K, Rainbow Six, Madden NFL, Destiny, all of that shit. All of that shit is safe. Fortnite is something that parents can go buy, and they don't have to worry about their kids playing Fortnite and running into any propaganda shit from Sweet Baby Inc. People can play Roblox and not have to worry about any fucking. I'm a grown ass man. I'm just speaking, and not worry about having to take a blind girl on a mission to spray graffiti on walls, or have to worry about fucking Mary Jane telling Peter Parker about how insignificant he is in his fucking game. Grand Theft Auto 5, even though that's the most raciest game on the list, is pretty safe. It's comical shit that goes on, even though it's actual murdering and killing goes on in Grand Theft Auto. But it's video game killing and murder. It's safe. NBA 2K is safe. Rainbow Siege is safe. Madden is safe. Valorant, Elden Ring is safe. And that entire list on the PlayStation 5 side and the Xbox side speaks casual. Now, we knew it was casuals buying these consoles, but we didn't know how big that was until you actually see the sales list right the fuck in front of you. This is all shit that casuals buy, right? So a casual gamer is not going to try Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice, which is a fantastic game. Technology pushing, boundary pushing. It's no propaganda in it that I can see because I played the game, and it's dealing with an issue of the chick hearing voices inside her head, schizophrenia or whatever. There's no propaganda issues there, but it's fucking $50. And motherfuckers aren't going to spend that $50. We're spending that $50 on Fortnite or Roblox. You know what I mean? I know it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have to make any sense. This is just we're just following the trends. I had my friend is no longer here. He passed 4 years ago. He said, "Yeah, man, my brother Mike just bought a PlayStation 5. What did he get that for? Is he going to get any God of War, or is he going to get Spider-Man, or is it like Spider-Man? No, he bought to play NBA 2K." And then I scratched my head on why Mike would buy a PlayStation. Why you would pay $500 for a console to play NBA 2K? But that's just what. Yo, man, it goes back to 2001 Sega, man, or 2000 when PlayStation 2 dropped, and Sony had only shipped over 500,000 versus a million PlayStations, and everybody was scrambling to find a console. And so I go to my boy's barbershop, and he had PlayStation 2, and they were playing fucking Madden. They were playing fucking Madden. So I'm like, Fabian, you bought a PlayStation 2. This console is hard to get. You waited in line to get it, and you're playing fucking Madden? Because that's what a casual does. Unlimited production is not a casual. Hebot is not a casual. Tuckmaster is not a casual. He's going to pay for Alan Wake 2. Sega Man is not a fucking casual. Him and Tuck are going to play Scorn. They're going to buy Scorn and take that risk, right? Me, I'm going to take that risk on Assassin's Creed, or I'm going to take that risk on Flintlock. A lot of people aren't, and this list right here tells the tale of where we're at in gaming, and it's a casual audience, it's a casual market. Sega Man, Unlimited Production, and this list is not indicative of why gaming. It kind of is in a way. If you want to say the gaming is bad because you're all playing the same shit. I know I was just blasting modern gaming, well, backhanded blasting it earlier. But I'm still going to try all the new shit that comes out because that's who we are as gamers. Okay? I'm 55 years old. I have a right to feel nostalgic about some shit. But I bought Hellblade Senua's Saga. Do you know why? Because if you own an Xbox, it is a must buy. You have to have that in your collection. The same way we had to have all the Xbox great exclusives in our collection. But the casuals don't feel that way, according to this Xbox top 10 list, Sega Man. They don't feel that way.
Xbox and PlayStation.
Yes. They feel that Fortnite and Roblox, Sega Man, was a safer fucking bet because there's no. First of all, their kids are going to feel safe. They feel safe in their purchase playing NBA 2K. I don't know, man. I can't explain what's going on with gaming. It doesn't help that fucking all of these YouTube sites, all these YouTubers are telling you that Star Wars Outlaws is going to suck because it's a woman. What does that have to do with anything? Assassin's Creed is going to suck because there's a black dude in it. What does that have to do with anything? I don't sense any fucking woke messaging. In fact, I think Destin Legary or somebody from IGN played Star Wars Outlaws and was blown away. They were blown away. And nobody wants to talk about how this Star Wars game is going to be fucking awesome. It's been swept under the rug. But yet,
I started to cut you off.
But go ahead.
I'll do you one better. They already made up their mind that hate the game, and that's something that's also extremely common now. Once I've noticed this, once especially if a popular YouTuber does it, puts out something negative, it's almost impossible for that publisher or developer to change course and change the narrative. It's same with shows like Ring of Power and House of the Dragon. I was watching House of the Dragon season 2 so far, really good season. That doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And so the same is it's like triple that with games. Once a game is considered woke, even if it isn't, it's done with the woke crowd. And I'm critical. And don't get me wrong, I'm not ignorant to all that shit too. I'm just also critical of the anti-woke crowd because they have the other extreme that I don't like either. To where if a black guy, if there's a woman or black guy that's also woke, and most of the time, no, that's just the vision of the game. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of them, and let's be real, a lot of them, if it's not white, it's woke. Let's be real. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't know if you guys seen some of the stuff they were saying about Yasuke when he was first revealed. It was literally just racist garbage. They literally drew him as a monkey. They're like, hey, you get to play as a monkey samurai and all this shit. Don't sit there and tell me that you prefer that. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yet you're going to tell me that only the woke crowd is bad. I got to disagree there. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but that's just my 2 cents in my experience. Yeah, continue, E-Rock, because you were spitting, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
There are a group of people out here. Sega Man was voicing that a lot of these games they are Sweet Baby Inc. By the way is a consulting firm. They don't force their they just consult these video games
Mhm.
if they want to have diversity, equity, and inclusion
Yeah,
in their games.
and
They don't force shit on nobody. These
it's
game
funny.
companies coming out.
It's funny, E-Rock, you say that because the problem is that they need these quote-unquote consultant firms that they don't hire the people that they want to represent. By that I mean they don't actually have black people working on these games. They
Exactly.
gotta hire a consultant firm of
Exactly.
we're not making this guy sound like fucking JJ from Good Times, Dino Mike. We don't got any of them lines in this game, right?
Mhm.
But to be fair, I'm sure they go too far with that shit too. Like make this white character black bullshit, which is again, it's one of them situations where for me personally, both extremes I hate, right? And so I don't, so I don't feel. So I guess that I just feel passionately about calling out both sides. I guess.
Triple A gaming is such a weird spot. It's such a weird spot because if you don't have again, I'm coming up with the sports analogies. I wish Zink was here. If you don't have a fucking triple double lined up like fucking Hogwarts Legacy,
Yeah.
that was a license to print money. That was a goddamn license to print money. I don't know if Warner Brothers is paying fucking attention, but that was a license to fucking print money, right? Everybody was going to buy that game. Black, white, Asian, alien, if you got one arm or one foot, everybody was going to buy that game. It is a very hard sell. It's going to be a very hard sell, unless you're an old timer like myself, to sell 2 million copies or 3 million copies of Indiana Jones. Just my opinion. It is going to be a very hard sell to sell 3 million copies of Perfect Dark. Not because there's anything wrong with those games, it's because these people feel safer with fucking Fortnite, with fucking Minecraft, with fucking Elden Ring, some game looked like from 2 generations ago. And it's really hard for like again, big props to Tuck and Sega Man, who actually gave Scorn a try and like Scorn. That was a very experimental game. Fucking out there, the H.R. Geiger alien artwork. They gave it a try. They played it and they liked it. A lot of people didn't, and that just speaks volumes about maybe gaming is being taken over by casuals. And if it is, I'm still going to enjoy it. But what places I have for you and me? Unlimited production, and people like Ubisoft aren't going to do like they're doing with Assassin's Creed and try new shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is risk.
I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but Zink, you keep saying stuff that I want to add context to.
Of course,
right? For example, Assassin's Creed. We know. I think me and you on the same page. The Antiquity trilogy was their best work yet.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable trilogy of games. Mirage was great, even though I thought it was too short.
Mm-hmm.
And Shadows is being developed by the Odyssey crew, so I have all the faith in the world with them. However, Ubisoft also said that they're going to be doing remakes of the older stuff. Why? Because especially as Assassin's Creed fan who follows it pretty deeply, E-Rock, the Assassin's Creed fan base hates the new games, hates them for some reason, and it's like arguing. It's almost like I stopped having discussions with them because it became just arguments because all they want is fucking Ezio. Because I don't. This is how I kind of became anti nostalgia, not out of hate for nostalgia, but out of like this bitterness of gamers. I just noticed that gamers are so hell bent on whatever they grew up on that they're just not willing to give nothing new a chance.
I get it.
And when there's stuff good, legitimately great stuff out there, and people are constantly ignoring and constantly talking down to these games. And again, it's not like E-Rock plays a game and don't like it. I don't tell people what to think. I have no issues with E-Rock. Hell, we all have games one might like and something different. That's life. That's not what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is that for some reason, these casuals, E-Rock, they would actively hate these games because it's not the nostalgia thing. But what I don't understand is when they do get the nostalgia thing, as proof with Dead Space Remake, they don't buy it. and that's what aggravates me, and that's what worries me.
Not to cut you off, brother, as proof with Assassin's Creed Mirage. Where were y'all at that said we want Assassin's Creed to get back to where it used to be? Well, they did it, and y'all didn't show up.
Meanwhile, Valhalla made $1 billion in
Boom, boom,
right,
boom.
And yet they hate, and that's so when I saw this list earlier, and this is why I did this impromptu stream today, it really bothers me that the casuals are so rampant, and I wish he about to end drops. I want to get his views too. But it bothers me, Iraq, that the casuals are so rampant that we're at a point where not even like Game Pass, like Game Pass is successful. Don't get me wrong, but even Game Pass games can't penetrate to the extent that these fucking old like. My thing is how much. My question to the people who are still playing fucking Fortnite and Roblox and Call of Duty, how much longer can you play this shit? You know, because I see what you're saying. What you're saying is that you hate modern gaming, you hate these games, you hate it. So, at what point do you think, okay, I'm gonna turn this off and play something else, right? And maybe something else will click with you.
I want the question to be asked to me too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm glad I got you dropped for good, so I'm glad you're back. Hey, let me get Tuck's views, and then I'm gonna finish off with you, Hebot. How does that sound?
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
Right,
That's fine.
Cool. Hey, Tuck, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Awesome. Yo, so Tuck, man, we've been having this discussion, so as you see, about the casual gamers. Man, what do you think about this, man? What do you think about the fact that the casual market just this bad to the point where, like E-Rock said, they're risk averse, or like Sega Man said, it's the politics. What do you think is causing this situation where even in an era where we got so many creative games, in my opinion, so many great games to come and that already released,
great shit,
are just not willing to try it? I mean, they're not even willing to drop like $10, $15 on a game like Lost in Random. You know what I'm saying? But so let me get your thoughts on this.
My whole thing about it like this is like we always have said already. When before a game even come out, it's already dead in the water. Our game, the game that we like the most, Unlimited. I mean, it didn't deserve the hate that it got before it even came out. I mean, that's a part of the problem right there. I mean, we had good games that came out last year. Right. We had a lot of games that came out last year. A lot of damn good games come out last year. But and people talked about buying them, but when it came down to it, they didn't buy them. I mean, I don't know. It was to the point of, these games cost so damn much to turn around and, they got to change it. They got to change it somewhere down that line, because when these games was like $59.99, these games are selling. But I can understand why they have to go up in price. But here we go again. People follow the damn Sony's bullshit again. I mean, I think that if they just went up to like 65, maybe like a little $5 more, it probably would have helped out a little bit more. But when it comes down to it, you got these damn YouTubers hating on all these damn games before these games even come out. I mean, just like Sega Man said, I mean, the guy with the samurai game going to come out. Hey, big deal. And like you said, E-Rock, big deal. I'm going to buy the damn game. I don't give a care what it got. I'm buying the game because I think the game is going to be pretty damn good. But these people go by their own feelings. They got so deep into their own feelings, man. I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, you got people that hate movies. You got people that hate video games. You got people that actually hate people in life. I mean, I'm sorry, but it just come into a hateful world, and I don't understand why. Because all you got to do is just be yourself. Stop hating on different things. I mean, and it's just that easy. I mean, it's not hard. But now, as far as when it comes down to these video games, man, I play like this, man. There was so many damn video games that we passed upon. Like Suicide Squad versus Justice League. Man, that didn't deserve the hate. That game did not deserve the hate at all. I mean, and I don't even know why. Because, and the thing about it is, yes, E-Rock, you talking about Hardware Legacy did good. But the thing about it is, we know that was going to be good either way it goes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Nobody can talk bad about that game.
Yeah,
But
sure.
the thing about it
Hogwarts
is,
Legacy was the other one.
when it came down to Suicide Squad versus Justice League, they hate the game from the get-go. And I don't understand the hate because it's a damn good ass game. I mean, it's better than Spider-Man, and the thing about it was something new. It ran fast. It was not slow. I mean, man, people just, dude, I'll put it like this, man. People just have, to me, people just get so much hate in this world. They just, I mean, it's just so much hate that they don't even talk about the good things no more in life. All they want to talk about is the bad things. And I mean, I'm gonna give you a good example. I'm gonna change it a little bit, like that new Star Wars series out. People's already hating on it. I'm like, damn guys, how in the hell can you hate on Star Wars? If you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna like it either way it goes. But what I get so tired of is that when people talk about video games and people talk about movies, they go by a certain extent. They go by a certain fan base. They go by MBG. They go by Dreamcast guy.
Yeah, whoever tells them what to think.
Huh?
I said whoever tells them what to think.
Right. I mean, think on your own. Darn. For Pete's sake, that game that I told Sega man about, about the oil rig.
Yeah.
Still wakes the deep.
Still waters. I'm almost done finishing that. I'm almost done beating that.
Dude, that game is deep. That game is a masterpiece.
It's real good.
Real good. I mean, I like the way that they did it. They set up on an oil rig. I've never seen like that, nothing to set up on an oil rig. And I mean, it's just a good game. But you got so many people out there that's hating on that game. But you got people hating on games, and this is the whole big kicker. What has Game Pass have done to these people to make them hate Game Pass so damn much?
They don't have it.
That's it.
I don't get it. I mean, damn, they making it where you can play the damn thing you can play game, you can play Xbox game anywhere. So I don't understand that either. Hell, you'd rather be like back in Sony days where Sony would make you pay $70 for a damn game? Man, please. That's the reason why, I just deal with y'all and deal with my own group of people that I like dealing with, and tell you the truth. Fuck these other motherfuckers out here because they have everybody else thinking for them now. So, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, like I said, we'll see. We'll see when that Samurai game come out. The hype is real up on it now, just like the Star Wars game. The hype is on it real right now, but we'll see when it comes out. But I guarantee you right now, when it comes out, you're going to have somebody on YouTube that is going to complain about the damn game. They didn't like it like this. They didn't like it like about that. Come on. I mean, hell, you got people that didn't even like Hellblade. And Hellblade graphically was a masterpiece. Graphically, that game was a masterpiece. But you had so many people out there that hated the game just because it's on Microsoft. Microsoft is running it. They don't like it. They don't. Dude, I'll put it like this. What game do they have coming out in the middle of this month that they had on the showcase? And that's going to be a damn good ass game. I just got to download it. Let me see what the name of that damn game.
It's either Dungeons of Hindenburg, Flintlock, or Path of the Goddess. One of those.
It's Flintlock.
Yeah, because all three of them are hitting Game Pass on the same day. That's how crazy this month is for Game Pass.
Now, what's the name of the other game?
Dungeons of Hindenburg, which was fantastic, and Path of the Goddess.
And I bet you anything when they come out, Somebody's gonna dog it out. They're gonna dog them out like they do everything else. This world is just this man. Back in the 80s and the 90s, when we had options to go to the store, dude, I'd never seen so much hate like I do today about video games, about movies, about people in life in general. I never seen nothing like this like I'm doing today. I never seen nothing like that. I mean, E-Rock, we turn around. I mean, E-Rock, all of us from the old school. I mean, I'm even gonna include you like that, Ultimate, because you old school too now. The thing that it is, we with the video game scores, we had a lot of fun. Yes, we bigger a little bit, but at the end of the day, what did we do, E-Rock? That's all we did was sit around in the damn video store. And hey, dude, there'd be one time when I had to go to work, and I'm almost missing my damn job at work because I'm inside Blockbusters. I'm inside GameStop. I'm inside Babbage's. I mean, that's when gaming was real fun. But these people out here now, they cry too much for me, man. They really do cry. I mean, cry about every little damn thing that's out there. If a person get hit too damn much, he or she got hit too hard. I'm like, man, dude, please. Man, game is just in a different spot. So we'll see when these games come out. But thing better is, like you said, thank God for Game Pass, because I tell you right now, the industry right now would be dead. It would be dead as a doorknob because these small developers could not survive.
There's no way.
Excellent.
That's because them niggas are out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
they don't know what's going on.
It's no way. If it wasn't for Game Pass, who would have even knew about Still Wakes the Deep? Nobody.
Nobody.
I just said earlier, it took me a long time to think about this. Not only are these gamers, they hate everything because it's content overload. Same thing, which is why they hating on Star Wars. It's content overload. Right. But they're risk averse. I'm not going to spend $45 on Still Wakes the Deep. What is this? Why should I buy it? Game Pass alleviates you from even thinking about that shit. You just hit fucking download and oh shit, this is great. Yep. I mean, these guys, everybody in this oil rig has a thick Scottish accent, but this is fucking fantastic. This is great. You understand what I'm saying? You're now exposed to some other shit.
Hey, but you know what? The beauty of the whole thing with Game Pass, y'all, is this. The beauty of the Game Pass is this. If you want to buy it, you can still buy it.
Yeah.
Or don't, Tuck. That's the beauty of it. Or don't. Yeah. That's the fucking beauty. There's no excuses. There's no fucking excuses to be hating gaming, and there's no excuses to be hating on Hellblade. There's no if you didn't have to buy it. There's no excuses.
Yeah. And again, as always, to clarify, this isn't us saying, well, me specifically, since I brought up the topic, I'm not telling you guys to not like these games on the top 10. It's more so just like, it's just a lot of points are just kind of coming together with me to where it's just like when you notice something, you start putting the pieces together, you start coming to certain conclusions, man. And but by the way, shout out to Tuck, man. He had me learning something. I just learned that Babbage's is what GameStop will eventually become GameStop. Didn't know that. That was a little before my time. Yeah. I just always knew it as GameStop for at least as long as I've been.
GameStop bought them out.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go, man. Your boy
Electronics Boutique.
They had Electronic Boutique. They had Babbage's. They had GameStop. They had all of them stores running, man.
It was not like the fuck it is. We are living in a new frontier, which is why everybody, not to drag this on, they complain so much. Tuck, I'm 55 years old. I have never in my fucking life seen, dude, I have so much content. I own so many movies digitally, right? Mm-hmm. I usually for each month of the year, I usually have a movie marathon dedicated to that month, Tuck, right? Yeah. I have so many. This July is my movie marathon called Back to the 80s. Okay. In order for me to do a proper 80s marathon, I would need 5 months out of the year. That's how many 80s movies, 90s movies, 2000 movies. Oh, now that's on top of all your content that you have on Disney Plus, That's on top of my queue on Netflix,
Yeah.
Peacock, fucking all the other streaming services we got. This is ridiculous. And now you got Xbox Game Pass, right? Now you got Xbox Game Pass where we have access to so much shit digitally. It's fucking ridiculous. I think people have too much tuck, and that's why they complain so much. I've always said that. See, back when you was going up tough, you mentioned going to the game store, you mentioned going to Babbage's, you mentioned going to the mall. See, we had no choices back then. Like, nigga, look, this is what you got. This is what you got. You got fucking Spider Fighter on Atari, or you got Maximum Carnage on Sega Genesis. This is what the fuck you got. You play that and you be happy. Now, these motherfuckers got every goddamn thing and they miserable. See, Unlimited kind of young. He's in his 30s. So he's in his 30s, so he can't imagine a world without this goddamn digital frontier. But we old timers was here before this shit existed. And
y'all can hear me?
These are your choices. Or go to the arcade, or go to a house party, or to go touch some grass, or go get some pussy. You didn't have that. It's unimaginable, guys, that I have 2,000 fucking movies. It's unimaginable, but that's this digital frontier. And somebody as young as Unlimited, he may be 35, maybe 34. It's unimaginable to them that these motherfuckers have all of this shit and they're bitching. Oh my God, we're getting the Indiana Jones movie for free in Game Pass. It better be good. Motherfucker, who cares if it's, you ain't paying for it, bitch? You ain't paying for it, motherfucker. What the fuck are you crying about? I can understand. Here's what I understand, Unlimited. I do not understand Nerd Erotic and the Critical Drinker paying for Disney Plus and bitching about Star Wars.
Yeah,
You know Star Wars sucks, so why would you buy it?
Yeah, exactly.
Eat my dick. Why would you buy it? I know.
I've watched my share of shows I didn't like, but you know what I did? Just stop watching it and went to something I did like.
I am not. My boy asked me all the time, E-Rock, you getting Paramount Plus? Nigga, no. No. I'm not getting Paramount Plus. I don't know what's going on in Star Trek no more.
Hey, y'all, I tell you right now, and I just did this just for the heck of it. I just want to see how many people really actually hate Star Wars, the first three. Man, I did a video on YouTube, man. There were a lot of people that hated the first three.
Oh, episode 1 to 3?
Right, I was like,
yeah, dude. 20 years ago, they hated George Lucas' guts. I remember that stuff like that. That's why the love for the prequels, it's so fascinating to me now because I remember, dog, from like 99 to 2005. I remember it like yesterday. Any show that brought up was Star Wars based. Like
that happens with a lot of things.
People used to say, the disrespect George Lucas used to get was sickening, man. They used to legitimately say like it'll be like nobody's legitimately saying that they would do better with Star Wars than George Lucas. Then fast forward a couple of decades, and now they would kill for that man to come back to Star Wars. Kill for him to come back.
Nostalgia has sunk in. Nostalgia has sunk in. A whole new generation discovered Star Wars, the prequels, through this show called The Clone Wars. So now nostalgia has sunk in. And for the people that caught it, the people that was in their teens, when I was in my 20s and saw episode 1, 2, and 3, nostalgia has sunk in. Now they wish George Lucas was back because Kathleen Kennedy has fucking destroyed Star Wars. Well, guess what? He's not coming back. It's over. It's done. I was here when y'all they bitched so much about that poor kid, Jake Lloyd, that he became a fucking recluse. The dude Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks, wanted to kill himself. To me, these Star Wars fans can go fuck themselves. Now all of a sudden, these new movies and shows suck. I wish they could be like the prequels. Wait a minute, you said the prequels sucked. I heard you say it when I was there in the movie theater with you motherfuckers. I'm the only motherfucker that's been saying for 20 years, yo, episode 1 is the shit. I liked it because fucking. I wanted to know why did the Jedi Knights? What were they about? What was the Republic? Like it was this whole backstory to this shit.
I liked it too.
It was this whole backstory to this shit. The Obi-Wan Kenobi only mentioned in a throwaway line in Star Wars Episode 4, and now we're seeing this shit. We're seeing the downfall of fucking Anakin Skywalker, and these motherfuckers hated this shit.
Hated it, man.
Like the Revenge of the Sith. I wanted to see that.
That was the bomb.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that fight scene at the end between Anakin and Obi, man, that was great. But yeah, but
Are
you,
you
you
talking
couldn't
about
tell you couldn't tell
Obi-Wan?
Star Wars fans nothing then, man. I remember that
Nope.
shit like I remember it like yesterday. It was even bad. It was so bad. I kid you not, guys. TV shows that would parody Star Wars was making fun of George Lucas. It was
Man.
that's why that's again. If you ever wonder why your boy Unlimited be fighting against nostalgia, because I don't have short term memory, guys, and I remember all the shit people used to say, and for some of them, it was the same fucking people. Some of them have been on YouTube long enough that I kid you not, they hated that dude back in the old days of YouTube and love him. It's fascinating, but yeah, say what you gotta say. I'm
gonna make it quick. I just need to make a quick clarification if I could. There are two kinds of nostalgia. There's constructive nostalgia, and there's this negative nostalgia that I'm seeing now, where everybody wants everything to be like it was. The constructive nostalgia is, I would like to one day be able to fucking play fucking Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to one day play again fucking Tekken 2 and fucking Soul Blade. Seeing how Namco is never going to get that shit in the collection. PlayStation 1s are impossible to fucking find now. Even on Amazon, they want an arm and a leg for PlayStation 1s. It's ridiculous. So, like, there is a positive nostalgia on wanting to every once in a while go back and play these great games from the past. The negative nostalgia is everybody saying, well, gaming should be like it used to be. What, you mean to tell me you want gaming to be like it was when at Final Fantasy shit was big ass blocks and fucking text and all this? But no. There was very few games was pushing the envelope back then, like Soul Blade, like motherfucking Crash Bandicoot on PlayStation 1. The people are nostalgic now for PlayStation 1 because it was a simpler time, but I'm not saying that's what gaming should be. That's ridiculous.
And not only that, people only remember the good. There's a lot of guys, there was a lot of fucking horrible games back in our past too. There's a reason why there's a gaming crash in 89 or 83. Not because the games are so good, people
games suck.
or something. Yeah. There's
there was no quality control. That's why that happened.
Yeah, well, that's true, but still, even after crashing I remember the 90s. The tie-in games were horrible back in the day.
Yes,
there's a reason why they died out. Most of them were fucking terrible. Power Rangers the movie on the Sega Genesis was not fucking good. Now there, for every the Adventures of Batman and Robin that was awesome, you have Power Rangers tie-in stuff that was bad. You know what I'm saying?
Unlimited. No offense, but if you were a gamer back in the Atari 2600 era, you would have stopped gaming and enjoyed the Navy. That's all I'm going to say. Fuck the Atari 2600, okay? That console was bullshit. Tell the truth, y'all. That console was kind of bullshit. Come on, y'all.
That's another thing about nostalgia is that they always ignore. That there's like those shitty was Mary Kate and Ashley pony ride games little girls play. Like there's some real fucking garbage too with the good stuff. And everybody acts like only the good stuff happened in the past. When
Star Wars was
there was good and there was bad. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, I'm passing the mic to Hebot. Hebot, because you brought up a really good point, and I didn't want to steal your comment you left in the chat about this. Because this is the first, apparently, Hebot brought up a point in the chat. This isn't the first time we've seen this. And although it's blowing my mind that gamers are buying the same old shit, Hebot might have a whole different perspective. Sega Man, by the way, shout out to like this was a classic. This was a, you know what this was today? An Exile podcast, because y'all were on fucking fire today, guys. And I'm passing the mic to Hebot, and we're going to close out after Hebot and call it a night after that. And I'll get my thoughts real quick.
Okay.
I got one more thing to say before Hebot takes over.
All right.
Hebot, all I want to ask you is this. Did
you
see Star Wars act like the last episode?
What the recent Star Wars movies?
That what you said, Tom? What'd you say?
The acolytes.
What is it?
I haven't seen any of that. I don't have Disney Plus. I'm sorry.
Man, let me play this, y'all. Y'all thought, hey, when I saw Obi-Wan, when Obi-Wan was doing Darth Vader, on the Obi-Wan series, you think that lightsaber battle is something else? the lifesaver battle on the start with the acolytes, man, that is the best damn lifesaver scene I've ever seen. Man, you talk about blades, everything going crazy. I'm talking about, man, I'm like, oh my God. I was like, damn. I said, this girl did it right on this series. I mean,
Hey, that's
everybody
what.
was talking about how she did it, but no, I'll give Caitlin Kennedy her credit on that. You did it right.
That's
You
what's
did
up,
it right
Tuck.
on that.
Great stuff. But Hebot, I'm passing the mic to you on this topic about the casual gaming market, man. Give us your thoughts. What do you think about this, man? You see the top 10 games, all but one are super old IPs, and even the one game is just a game people just jump the bandwagon on, in my opinion, at least. But what are your thoughts, man, on the effect casuals having on the gaming market?
I'm gonna be a little bit long-winded because it's a couple of layers to it, right?
Yeah.
But all of you guys brought up all of them in one, separately. Number one, it just proves that the gaming market is so vast now that it's so many casuals versus the hardcore. That's number one, right? Number two is what Erock said, overload. These gamers of today have way too much games, way too fast that they can't absorb the beauty or the magic of games that are out that might come out today and then next week is another game. Like you said, Unlimited. There's 3 games coming out on day 1 on Game Pass this month alone, which is Flintlock, The Path of Exile, and the other game you mentioned, right? The other layer is this goes back again and started in the 360 era, which is why Phil Spencer said single player games just don't sell the way they used to. Because when we were growing up, we got games, and we got a lot of games. Well, we probably got 400 games in a year, right? Which is still a lot. Now we can get near 2,000 games in 1 year, right? So we were able to appreciate and absorb the games that came out, right? Because we played them, we enjoyed them, and we appreciate them for what they were and what they offered. Now, since they got so much, they're real quick. Oh, that's garbage. I want this. Oh, that's garbage. I want this. They don't absorb what is being put out there. And there's a lot of great games that people just don't play. Okay? This started in the 360. That's why games like Lollipop Chainsaw, Shadows of the Dam, right? Dante's Inferno, the Star Trek game that I talked about, that's like Gears of War, the 50 Cent game, games that were like independent, like the Narco Terror, the freaking Dust and Elysium Tale. Fuck, I can go on and on and on. There's so many that people never played until now, or didn't discover it, like Marlo Briggs, until just Xbox One. And they were like, oh, these games are fabulous. Phil Spencer said that's why they created the Game Pass. Not just to help them financially, but to help smaller games be discovered because of the longevity. Because they're there in the Game Pass and they can be discovered long term, right? This generation, we've got stuff like Lost in Random. We've got stuff like No Straight Roads. We've got stuff like, like the fucking, what the fuck is the game we were talking about not too long ago? A plethora of games that are fucking fantastic, like Benedict Fox, Ravenlock. And they don't do well, even Hi-Fi Rush, as well as they should have.
Under the radar.
Yeah, like even Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush would have sold millions back in the day when we were there. Yeah. Because we would have absorbed it, we would have appreciated it. We would have been like, yo, this is legit, right?
It would have sold millions on the N64 because there was nothing on the N64.
Absolutely. But the problem is now, we get too many games at once and they get overlooked because the casuals only like to play whatever is popular. That is it. If it's not popular, they don't look at it. because they think, oh, it's not deemed worthy. The reason why something like It Takes Two did well was because it won the awards. People started talking about it, and they're like, oh, it must be good because everybody's talking about it, and that's why it did well. The reason why Hogwarts did well was because the Harry Potter fans haven't gotten an epic game of that scale in the Harry Potter world since like early 360, right? So they were thirsty. They were thirsty for a new game, right? That was representative of what they like and IP that they like, right? And it goes back to like how people hated the original Star Wars movies. Yes, they hated them because at the time they were getting other stuff, right? That was not like Star Wars, but different, that they were enjoying. But then after the fact, they realized, yo, these things are actually good. You see that with the Sega Saturn. Now everybody wants to say, oh, Sega Saturn was amazing. Oh my God, this console was incredible. How the fuck nobody played it? How the fuck this console failed? And now everybody wants to be a Sega Saturn fan, right? When I was one of the few playing that console at the time, and people were like, "You crazy? I'm waiting for the PS2, the PS, or the I'm getting a PS1 because it has way more games, right? Because they got a bunch of third party, because they bought out everybody, they money hattered everybody, because they had more money than Sega and Nintendo, and they were able to bully everybody, right?
If you had a Sega Saturn, you was a G because I tapped out after the 32X. So man, you got my respect, nigga.
See, the 32X, like Bernie Starlar said, he said, we brought it out to give the options to other people on Genesis that maybe can't afford to get the Sega Saturn, play 32X, 32-bit games. So it was a cheaper alternative. But the problem was, since the Saturn came out so quickly after, only a year and a half later, then developers started development for the 32X and went to the Saturn. And then when the PlayStation came out, they were like, oh no, well, the PlayStation is selling more. It's $100 cheaper because fucking Nintendo paid for the R&D. Sony didn't do shit. They just retained the rights and fucking went along with it because Nintendo never patented the PlayStation, name and hardware. They just, whatever. They had the developer from Sony doing the CD-based console for them, which was supposed to be originally an attachment. And then it turned into what their CD game was going to be. And the reason why they were jumping to that, again, as we spoke before, was because CD-based games was going to be cheaper to develop and print instead of cartridges. Because as we all know, the 64, because it was still on cartridge, the prices were like 90, 80, 100.
74 fucking dollars, man. Yeah, and you had to wait.
Because they were still being manufactured the old school way with labor. It wasn't printed on a CD. And that's why they did the jump to CD. And that's why Sega did the Sega CD, to test out the waters to see how it would do when they were making the new Sega Saturn, right? But it all goes to show you that the gamers now are not real hardcore gamers. They're not about gaming. They're about what's popular because they're casuals. And unfortunately, because of that, that's why gaming is in the position that it's in. That is why now we're seeing other developers and other companies putting their games on other consoles, even though they usually put it exclusively to their platform. Because even Sony's doing it with PC, and now Lego Horizon going to Switch, right? And that's just the beginning, because if they don't do these changes, due to the fact that it's the GTAs of the world,
Roblox,
the Fortnite, the Roblox, the Minecrafts, or let's say the Call of Duties of the world that only sell quadrillions fucking copies all the time, no game is going to do well. It's just not. They're not going to do well because there's just too much, too fast. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we, back then, were able to discover good games, because we didn't get games like that really fast. It's like Unlimited said, a lot of games were really bad. A lot of the fucking license games were all shit. We didn't start seeing good quality license games until the 16-bit era, when we had things like Cool Spot, or we had things like Quack Shot, or Mickey Mania, or Castle of Illusions, or World of Illusions, or The Lion King, where the quality was started, or Aladdin, that started to gain ground, because they were treating the license games with the same importance and love as arcade games or well-known games from the yesteryears, like Mega Man's and the Bionic Commandos of that time. So the problem is basically casuals rule the market. And unfortunately, social media like YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, has given everybody a voice. So everybody comes in here, oh, I'm a gamer. Yeah, I've been gamer. I love games. And all they do is play whatever is popular, like Ninja, right?
Elden Ring.
And then they get all these followings. Elden Ring, yeah, it sold what 12, 13, 20 million copies, but only 6% of people passed the first boss. That means nobody played. That means nobody played the game.
That's fucking crazy.
They bought it, exactly, right? They bought it because it was the hotness at that moment. It was the new hotness. And then when they realized what it was, shit, this ain't no Devil May Cry, this ain't Bayonetta. They moved away and didn't play it anymore. The same way that Witcher 3 did so well, even though it is a good game, because at that time we didn't have no really big games coming out yet during the Xbox One generation. So it came out at the right time and it did super well, because look what happened when Cyberpunk came out. Yeah, it had some issues, but they weren't game breaking. What happened? The game got nothing but hate. Why? Because they just had too many options. Because they loved the hell out of Witcher, but now they don't like Cyberpunk. But yeah, it was the same developer doing the same type of game with the same style, just in a futuristic setting, right? In a Blade Worlds-like setting, right? Look at Rage. Rage was an amazing game. People love Doom, very similar. It was probably one of the best depictions of games that felt like Mad Max in a supernatural world, and it didn't do well. Again, because games, there's too many options, there's too much overload. That's why we constantly say, when they say, oh, we don't have enough games, what the fuck are you smoking and what world are you in? What world are you in? Because as far as I see, we have too many fucking games. Because we're not gonna, that's why you see these jumping on, yeah, only AAA games count. It's not the double A's, they don't count, the indies don't count, it's just triple. No, because a good game is a good game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's AA, AAA, indie. It don't matter what. If that's the case, Pong would have failed. Donkey Kong would have failed. Pac-Man would have failed. Missile Command would have failed. Asteroids would have failed. Centipede would have failed. But for us, since that's what we had, we knew the magic and how good these games were, even though they were just simplistic in nature, because it was all about fun factor and the gameplay. Now it's about, yo, what actors are in this game? Oh yeah, they got Tom Cruise, they got Angelina Jolie. Holy shit! And that's what motherfuckers worry about, the superficial shit. They're worrying about, oh, is it David Hayter, whatever his name is, doing the voiceover? Because if it's not him, it's gonna suck. You see what I'm saying? And this is the problem. And again, it go back to the 360, because this started on the 360. This didn't start now. This started on the 360, and this is why Phil Spencer said single player games just don't sell the way they used to, right? And of course, you have the people that always try to push that idea of, oh, but PlayStation game ain't the greatest games. Why? Because they're all cinematic, because they look like movies and not real video games. That's not game.
Yeah, you're right about that. I'm starting on the 360, because I do remember the Xbox 360 era. That was the first time that I saw oversaturation on any console I ever owned. And it's a lot of motherfuckers that died on that hill. Remember Silicon Knights, the guys that made Too Human? Remember Bizarre Creations, the guys that made fucking Project Gotham Racing? One of the greatest racing games of all time. So none of these guys are here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, before that, they did Metropolis Street Racer on Dreamcast.
Yes.
So again, we are in the greatest time of gaming. The problem is
ever
in history. But the problem is, and not the games, because we get so many, with the options of how to play these games. Remember, we know Game Pass, even though they created something like that during the Genesis era and it didn't do well, right? But now, since it's all digital and all accessible and available to you right there, all you got to do is and play. Exactly. It's like, bro, listen, stop being a bunch of snobs. These companies are giving you the ability to play games at a fraction of the cost. And yet you're going to say Game Pass is bad? How? How if you can still buy the game or you can still play the game and not buy it? You see what I'm saying? So how the fuck is something like Game Pass bad? Is bad. You see, as soon as they put a game, look what happened with Callisto Protocol. When the game came out, I'm telling everybody, the game is fucking awesome. It's from the same developers that did Dead Space. They did Dead Space. How you think the game's gonna suck if they've never done a shitty game ever? And what were the people saying? Because they didn't know it was the developers of Dead Space. Oh, the game's not that great. It's too hard. Is this because it was actual gameplay? Even though it was cinematic, it was actual gameplay. It was a game. It wasn't just making it seem like you were playing a movie. And so people are like, oh, this shit ass. No. But now they threw it on Game Pass and you see these motherfuckers playing like, oh shit, this game is fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? And that's the hypocrisy that we live in. That's why when you listen and I see all these stupid fucking guys talking about, oh, that Xbox don't got great games or that this sucks. No, motherfucker, you're not a gamer. Because if you were, you would have appreciated Crackdown. You would have appreciated State of Decay. You would have appreciated Sea of Thieves. You would have appreciated, Halo Wars or fucking Ori or Cuphead. Even though those games had so much success, you would have appreciated No Straight Roads or the Lost in Randoms, right? Or the fucking Unravel, right? 1 and 2 games that are not only pushing the boundaries in those genres, but doing graphical things that we've never seen before. A game that looks like it was completely done in yours.
The thing about modern games is that they look like what we fantasized back in the day. Like, this is what we pictured gaming was going to be one day, and it's here. And they're miserable, and it's mind-blowing to me.
Hey, He-Bot, listen, yeah. Unlimited's kind of young. Hey, He-Bot, listen. I owned a fucking N64. Yes, I did. You're going to have to do a lot of convincing to convince me that modern gaming is bad. I got the fucking
64, even though the games were good, not all, but some, the fucking graphics in that shit looked horrendous.
You had to fucking wait months before anything came the fuck out, He-Bot.
It must have been wild being an adult during then, because as a kid, I just had memories of playing the wrestling games, one Zelda game, and beating my friends.
Those were the only two great games it had. Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and WCW.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
And E-Rock. It's still happening with Nintendo today. They started off the generation with a bunch of games because they had third party. Then they stopped the third party support, and now you're waiting for one of their IPs every 2 years.
You
forgot, every 3 years.
You forgot one thing. You forgot one thing they did with the Switch, He-Bot.
What's up?
You forgot the one thing they did with the Switch.
Go ahead and lie.
Resold the Wii U lineup.
Yeah.
What Sony did this generation with the PS4 games, the Switch did with the Wii U games.
Look, the Switch has every game the Wii U had, except for Devil's Third, which I'm pretty sure they'll remake that soon, and for the fucking Star Fox, because people were talking shit because it wasn't like the old blocky one that was only with the planes. It was like really super high intensity, super fucking fast paced, gave you a lot of different gameplay variations, but that's because Platinum Games did that game. It was like Metroid Other M. Mm-hmm. Metroid Other M, for me, to this day, is the greatest Metroid game ever made. And that was done by Team Ninja. And they were like, no, this is crap. It's not 2D side-scroll. Like, bro, either you want it to evolve or you want it to be the same. You got to make up your mind, because you can't be expecting everything to be the same. Everybody wants every Metroid game to be the same. Every show tries to be like the rules.
It's even worse. It's even worse than that, because when they get something different, Assassin's Creed, they want the same. When they get something the same, Call of Duty, they want something different. It is lose-lose with these guys.
Yeah.
Did you want something different, or do you want the same thing?
But it proves Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, no, because I'm just saying, because you can't have. It's impossible to have it both ways.
That's a
You know?
fact. But that is why it proves that the market, unfortunately, is run by the casual, and that is why you see companies like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo trying to cater to the casuals. Bro, I have people like for somebody to say, even though it was satire or whatever you put on the title, that Sony's blaming people getting fired because of streaming is a joke, because right now on every console 90% or 85% or 77% is all digital.
Not it's
And the
88.5, so call it 90.
And the reason for that is because digitally the developer makes 70% of the profits. They make money, just like Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo make 30%. When you make it physical, you have a third wheel, a third man, which is the stores, right? The outlets. They only bring in 35% of profit because they got to share now with the stores. They got to pay for shipping costs. They got to pay for overseas, costs. The storage. They got to pay for shelf space for stores like Target and like GameStop. All that stuff has to be accounted for. The boxes, the box art. They got to pay all those people, and that is why digital has been pushed so hard, because of the same problems and the nature of it. You remember when Xbox One first released, there was a fucking great game that a lot of people didn't touch and play, which was called Murder Soul Suspect.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The game, I played it, beat it. I was like, yo, this game is fucking great. It was completely different, unique, dope ass game, right? And the very day the game released, same day the studio announced that they closed down because they didn't have enough sales and enough pre-orders. The game was dead on arrival. And these are the datas and things that Microsoft specifically, right, has been seeing since the 360, because that's when it started. And that's why they're like, you know what? We got to figure out a way to reach out more people with less risk and with less hesitation. Like E-Rock said earlier, and I've said many times, all of us have said at some point, even Sega Man, Turk, all of us. When you play a game on Game Pass, you're more likely to try it, like the Still Awakes the Deep, the new horror survival game in that oil tanker, than you would to go to a store, see it on the shelf, and it's like $70. Like, what the fuck is this? I'm not paying $30. I don't know if this game's good or not.
Man, boy, he lost him.
Uh-oh.
Well, boy, have times changed, because back in the 360 era, early 360 eras, man, you took a fucking risk putting $50 on the game, and you didn't know whether it was good or not. But hey, man, it just goes to show you that anybody bitching about gaming being bad now is just talking out of the side of their ass, because I've never had more choices in my life.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, okay, yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so like I was saying, that is why you see games like Still Awake the Deep. You go to the store, oh no, I don't know what that is. I'm not paying $75 for that, because people would be afraid that the games would not be good enough. But with Game Pass, next month we can try out Flintlock, Path of the Goddess, and whatever else drops in there, right? And we won't have an issue. They dropped Streets of Rage 4 day and day, the Turtles games day and day, and all that did was help. Battletoads day and day. Nobody's gonna go out and pay $60 for a game like that. Not no more anyway, right? Yeah. Unless you're a purist like us. So again, it's unfortunate, but that's the reality of the situation. And that's why I've been saying for the longest time that these dudes ain't gamers. When you hear a motherfucker say, oh, we don't really got any games, man, games suck. When you see all these videos, you know that these guys are just grifters. All they're trying to do is make money on what's popular. And what is popular? To hate on games, to talk shit about Xbox, to talk shit about developers, and all that other shit. Now, the other stuff with like the sweet baby bullshit, trying to push that LGBT shit, yes, I understand. That shit is also kind of distasteful. But at the very least,
you can still find enjoyment on a lot of games. Like a lot of people didn't like Gotham Knight, and they made Robin gay in Gotham Knight, right? They
I didn't
never
even know
spoke.
that.
Yeah, they didn't really spoke about it. They didn't really push it. But if you look at the hints in the game, Robin is gay. Okay, so he's fucking gay. I could overlook that because Gotham Knight, like I said, that was my favorite game that year,
Yeah,
as it
same
was
here.
yours, Unlimited, because I just enjoyed the fuck out of it. It was well done. It was great. It wasn't a traditional Batman game like everybody would suck on Batman. Listen, I love Batman too, but it's nice to see
Yeah.
something else, another rogues
Yeah,
gallery.
you know, I think with me, I just think it's a me thing at this point. Where for me personally, I just get shit of the same stuff. Like even when I like something, I can't deal with it all the fucking time. You know that's
Right.
why I'm like, guys, we had 4 Batman games. How much more do you need? You know,
Right.
that's why
You have to.
that's why I stopped playing sports games. If you ever see my collection, I have damn near zero sports games outside of Forza racing games, right?
Right.
Because at some point it's just like, I love football, man, but I can't keep playing this shit.
You get tired of it. You get tired, and then the lack of.
But for some reason, these gamers don't. I don't know how they fucking do it, man.
Well, it's what I told you.
But there are people right now who play Call of Duty 2 in like 2005 are about to buy Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and you couldn't pay them to try Starfield or Assassin's Creed. Hell, games like Ravenlock are just flat out invisible to those people.
Yeah, forget about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They won't even look at that shit, even if you paid them. They're like, "What? We play that shit? That shit whack." It's like, whack, dude. That's the type of game that's the true essence of video games. Shit, there was a little game called Echo Generation. It was a turn-based game.
Yeah, that's right. It was on Game Pass.
Right, with Minecraft style graphics and the Stranger Things, and with the Stranger Things, theme. And that little fucking game is awesome. And I don't even like turn-based. I was like, yo, this game is fucking dope. Great music, fun gameplay, and it was different. Right?
They're called Coco Cucumber. They did Ravenlock too.
Mm-hmm. I think they did the Tourist as well.
Yeah. Well, look at fucking what the fuck is called look, a good example, The Medium. They did Blair Witch, they did Layers of Fear, they did the Medium, and everybody's oh that sucks, but now everybody's oh my god, can't wait to play Silent Hill 2 the remake because and they're the developers.
Yeah,
right?
That's funny.
You're playing the same game, just with better graphics, updated mechanics, maybe perhaps, right? To a certain extent. And you want to praise it like you were part of that era when you weren't part of that era. Just because why? Oh, because it's exclusive to PlayStation for the first year. That's really why. You know what I mean? Because it suits their narrative. It fits their agendas, right? And that's why I said anytime like I said, I hear any of these guys talk, like I hear people, I've been arguing with somebody the whole time about trying to say in my video of the Capcom, they brought up the shit with Forza. Oh, Forza can't touch Gran Turismo. Like, dude, are you fucking crazy? Forza Motorsport is the most critically acclaimed game for a reason. First of all, you can play it in arcade mode or simulation mode. So right there, it makes it player friendly, player accessible. Anybody can play it. And you can play it the way you feel like playing, like a sim or like an arcade game. That's number one. Number two, Forza Motorsport has like over 700 cars. It has 24 cars on screen. It has real ray tracing while you're racing, not only in the replays like Gran Turismo. Forza Motorsport has real-time weather. Forza Motorsport has real-time damage. Forza Motorsport has Auto Vista for over 300 cars, which Gran Turismo doesn't. Forza Motorsport has multitudes of car cockpit modes. Shit, E-Rock said this a while ago, and I was like, you know what? He's right. Even Project Cars had more things that even Forza never did that were implemented, but just that the game wasn't as polished as Forza. But if it was as polished as Forza, it would have fucking beat out Forza easily because it was doing shit that you never seen before. You see what I'm saying? So Eva gave him the credit, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right, absolutely." But to sit there and say Gran Turismo has a chance and can stand by next to fucking Motorsport when Motorsport is doing real 4K at 60 with variable refresh rates as well, with ray tracing, with Dolby Atmos surround and Dolby Vision HDR support, where that is not even possible on a PS5. You're a fucking retard. Okay, Digital Foundry did the fucking goddamn analyst. So the car models may look a little better on fucking Gran Turismo. Okay, so what? The overall package, it doesn't look better. It only looks better in the cars because they have way less content. So they can make, and they can make up for the look of it by not, because they don't have the amount of content that Forza has. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But if you're looking at Forza as an overall package, Gran Turismo doesn't hold a candle. It just doesn't. And again, it goes back to the same stupidity. Oh, Xbox game, so look at Halo. No, dude, there's nothing that with the verticality and the gameplay butterness, smooth butterness of Halo that you would ever play on a motherfucking goddamn PlayStation. Nothing. With the epic scale of the story, the environment, the lore of Master Chief and of all the Spartans and Spartan locks. Listen, stop.
He bought. You're getting a little Zinc territory there, man.
Yeah.
I gotta represent because he's not here.
They not saying shit this year because I ain't never seen PlayStation this lacking. Not since the fucking PS4 launch.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is back in the early PS4 days right now.
Yeah.
They got
Astrobot.
Yeah, that's the game they pretending to like now. Is that Astrobot?
Oh yeah. When it was originally a tech demo, and listen,
I saw somebody say.
Go ahead.
I saw somebody say Astrobot's a Game of the Year contender. Xbox don't got nothing like that, and I brought that out last.
So now it's good. Now it's good to play kiddie games because the PlayStation just has 2 kiddie games this fall, right?
And one of them is going to the Switch.
Yeah. But when the Super Lucky Tales was out and they didn't have no fucking platformer, or when Cuphead was out and they didn't have it, and when Ori was out and they didn't have it. Oh, those games are corny and whack. Those shit's ass. We don't buy $500 consoles to play those type of games.
Oh my god, yo, that reminds me. They like backwards compatible now that there's a rumor PS3 game. I saw that one recently. That
exactly.
One really away.
Exactly.
They like backwards compatibility.
Native PS3 disc. Oh, great. We've been had that. It's like the 4Ks. We've been had 4K since the Xbox One to play movies in the 4K movie, and nobody gave a fuck. All of a sudden, because PlayStation 5 has it, oh, 4Ks are amazing. Oh, they're fantastic. It's like the people that never really played on a 4K TV OLED with HDR, Dolby Vision, or Dolby Atmos surround with its real, true surround sound. Never played it, and they're the first one to say, oh, 1080p 60 is perfectly fine. We don't need all that. Yeah, because you haven't experienced it. Once you experienced it, you're going to see, oh, this is what they meant, why the technology was created and used for the games, because the graphical experience and how it looks is just out of this world. You remember when you got the OLED? You're like, Eva, why the fuck did it tell me OLED looked this good? Remember when you told me that?
I was just about to say that, Eba. But yo, man. I'm not
Remember when you told me
I'm not gonna lie. The Series X has spoiled me, man. Because even when I go back, sometimes I go back to older games, and I'm just like, "Ooh, boy, this is I gotta get used to this, man."
Yeah. But I told you. But what did I tell you? I told you. I said unlimited. I mentioned it to you. I said, dude, when you play on that OLED for the first time, it's like you're gonna be like, God damn it! It's like I wasn't playing the games the right way.
Yeah, man.
And I'll tell that to E-Rock, I'll tell that to Tuck, I'll tell that to Sega, man. It's part of the technology. The consoles give you the ability to play with those technologies for a reason. Once you see that shit, you realize that, we on some other level shit, like for real. Like playing Hellblade on an OLED in 4K at 30 with HDR is fucking out of this world. You think it looks good on a 1080p. You think it looks good on a 1080p TV? Wait till you play that shit in 4K on an OLED. Yeah. That shit is it'll drop your fucking jaw. You're like, yo, what the fuck is this?
You see, man, I'm not a graphics whore by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
Hell,
for sure.
but my goodness, man, taking advantage of the bells and whistles of these modern consoles is
Mhm.
definitely a great experience for me personally. But with that said, I'm not E-Rock, Hebot. I don't mean to cut you off, man, but
No,
we're
no.
gonna start wrapping it up here. It's been a long show, and I'm
Yeah, it's been the Exile Returns.
No, it's been Sega Forever Return.
You mean by length because of the length?
Yeah, we
our
lost
shows,
Unlimited.
yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, can you hear me? Hey, can you
Oh,
hear
here
me?
you
Yeah,
go.
we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. We're about to wrap it up. Fantastic show today. I love the passion in everybody's voice. I love what everybody had to say. The chat, as always, was spectacular as well. And you know, the gaming news has been short, so it's been nice to have more of a discussion-based podcast than one just reacting to stuff. Because I thought the really eye-opening stuff to listen to you guys, man. And hell, I even learned something today from Tuck of all people. You know, and last time I learned about that something was when Sega Man taught me about fucking Montgomery Ford. Had me googling that shit.
Sega Man State Limit in 1976.
Yeah, man. Yo, his
Fucking
references be
Show me more. I know.
man. They be fantastic, man. But all right, guys, we gonna give our final thoughts and call the night there. So Sega Man, you still there?
Oh man, we lost him.
Hey, I get it, man. The guy probably worked all day, man. So I don't blame him. But E-Rock, man, give us your final thoughts, man.
Hey man, it's great to hang out with you guys again, and it's great to finally catch up with you guys this time. I saw the link. I said, man, let me get in here fast before the show be over. Yeah, man, gaming is great, man. I mean, this month Game Pass has like 9,700 games dropping.
No.
So everybody's talking games in a bad place. Hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, nostalgia has this place. Good nostalgia, healthy nostalgia.
Yes.
But I mean, to say that gaming is
Yeah, but E-Rock, you know, I want to say something real quick because you just said that and I forgot. You were right, though, what you said. If they do nostalgia the right way, it could actually help influence more positivity in gaming today.
Oh yeah.
But done right. Yeah, not for the sake of the mighty dollar, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and nostalgia done the right way would probably save Namco and probably save Sega and probably save Square Enix. But somehow the Japs are fucking. They don't want to make money, so if fuck them, let them go out of business. But yeah, man, everybody just enjoy gaming is great, man. Gaming is fucking great. Look, man. I mean, don't take my word for it, man. Just fucking watch these guys' videos and check out my uploads on the Xbox Live, man. Gaming is fucking great. So enjoy gaming because Xbox. This is like one of the most stacked years ever, and I can't wait, guys. Peace.
Awesome stuff. Hebot, let me get your final thoughts, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been obviously it's always a pleasure to be together with the guys and the Knights at the Round Table. Especially that it's hard for me to host a show myself, and E-Rock not being able to host his show so we could do it more often, and you being busy with work and real life problems, and Sega Man, of course, with his family and his real life problems. It's hard. It's hard for us to conjure together and make a good podcast to have good gaming conversation, right? About games and the fallacies or the misconceptions or the misinterpretations. So it's always a delight to be able to join in, whether I'm on the road or not. I apologize for the technical difficulties, me botting sounding like I'm in outer space or something. But the point is, it's always fun. So I appreciate you doing them because it gives me an opportunity to express myself and have some fun and vent and talk about gaming, just like when Sega Man does it, or even Sega Forever. So for that, I thank you so much, Unlimited. I commend you for holding the fort, so to speak, because it's great. You're giving still us the opportunity to be out there and give our voices in a little easier way, because a lot of us are just ramped up with real life problems. And we're older men.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's just not easy. You guys can find me on my channel on YouTube. I try to put as much content, but I'm busy trying to look for a home to live and move into a new home. So it's been a journey, and I got my hands full, so I haven't uploaded as much, but I'm still there. Once I move in and I'm in my new place, it's back in action. You're going to see more and more content from Hebot, and hopefully you still enjoy it or you still hate me. It doesn't matter. Either way, good or bad is still something. I take whatever I can get. It don't matter to me. And find me on social media anywhere you see where I'm available, which is always down in the description on any of my videos. Thanks again, guys. And like I said, gaming is a great time to be a gamer, but we got so many games from Indiana Jones to Towerborn to Avowed and all them
yeah.
months.
Towerborn is going to be at Gamescom, by the way.
Yeah. And for me, we probably get a release date too, which is great. And for me, with the beat 'em ups, all the beat 'em ups, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, fucking Jay and Silent Bob, fucking the Fallen City Brawl, Toxic Crusader. Man, I'm in fucking beat 'em up heaven right now.
Yeah,
I'm so happy.
Yeah, man. I be seeing. I watch all your videos, man. I watch if E-Rock was around, I would still watch all his videos. But yeah, I be watching all that stuff, man. You be having all the crazy beat 'em ups, man.
Yeah, man. Love you guys, man. Love you guys. I'll get up with you guys soon, okay?
Yeah. Your channel's nostalgia done right, man. I always enjoy it. By the way, Cygnus, no, I don't watch Digital Foundry. I don't care if they got to say personally. So whatever their video was today, you could keep it, man. I'm good. But with that said, guys, a rare Monday I actually do this stuff, man. So you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Hopefully there's no big gaming news. If so, I'll be back. It was great to have E-Rock, really, because he's the tough one to find. As well as Sega, man, it's always a blessing to have him because I can only have him on the show during some parts of the year. It is always great to have Hebot as well, man. The world's the gaming historian, really, at this point. All right, guys, and I think that's it. Let's get back to having fun gaming. That's always be the goal of this channel, is to push the love of gaming. And as long as gaming is great, I'm gonna be the first to tell you guys how great it is. You know what I'm saying? And I don't care what anybody says. I think the people who hate gaming are on PlayStation. With that, guys, have a great weekend. We're out.